Everybody wants to know how to box a southpaw. Everybody who's a southpaw wants to learn how to box the opposite stance. We're going to get into it. We're going to give away all the secrets. We're going to teach you so many great things, man. And luckily, we got a guy right here who can box both stands, orthodox and southpaw, and fast in the chambers. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to learn a lot. You guys made a very wise decision, so let's not waste no time. Let's get right into it. Yeah. What's going on, everybody? What is going on, man? Yeah, we got a lot going on, guys. I know we've been getting on here every single day for the month of November. It's been dope vibes, man. It's been very dope vibes, man. I'm super excited. This week has been a very, very good week. A very good week for No Days Off November. We've been covering some really, really good topics. This week we've been really getting in depth, man. You know what I'm saying? Having some skull sessions, I should say, man. Really talking about just different things, different topics, man. I don't know if you guys been keeping up with it, but there have been some really good conversations. Yesterday we talked about how to be successful even if you start at a young age in boxing. The day before that we spoke about damn, I'm forgetting, man. Just so many good topics this week, man. You got to go back and look, man. But Black Friday, man. I got the Black Friday sale. Right now, man. If you guys don't know, 90% off the Master Boxing Bundle, okay? And if you go ahead and you grab the Master Boxing Bundle now, before Black Friday, if you go ahead and do that before Black Friday, you're going to go ahead and you're going to get a free coaching call with me. Oh yeah, the other ones were the reasons why beginner boxers fail and how to become a boxer if you don't have a trainer. That was with Eddie Chambers. There you go, man. I got so much in my brain right now, man. We're doing so much, man. I'm starting to forget what the hell we just recently did, man. But there was some really good lives, man. We had some really good conversations. So if you guys missed those lives, make sure you guys go back and watch it. And if you guys want to have a coaching call with me, if you guys want to grab all my courses at 90% off, guys, you don't even need a discount code, okay? No discount code needed. I took away the code. 90% off, man. Oh, and for the record, you also get a course that I haven't released to the public yet called Drillers Make Killers if you make this decision. So it's really just crazy. I'm basically giving stuff away, and I'm trying to really close the year out strong, man, and helping as many people as I can. And after this sale is gone, we're going to make some new changes to the website. So I highly suggest if you guys really want to grab something from me, now is the time. But damn, we got some big news, man. We got some big news. Gervonta Davis posted on his Instagram that he's going to be fighting Ryan Garcia. Apparently, I guess he's got a fight coming up in January. And then after that, he's going to fight Ryan Garcia early in the year. Now, you know we got to talk about this, guys, because this is a fight that I'm quite surprised is signed, sealed, and ready to go. I mean, I'm still kind of on the fence. I don't even know if I really believe it. I mean, I believe that they signed it, but I don't know if I believe it's actually going to happen, right? Because, you know, we've seen things in the past with Ryan Garcia, and we know how boxing works, but this is a major fight. This is a big deal. This is a way to bring in 2023. This is serious. So I want to, you know, get on here, chop it up with you guys, get your guys' opinions, you know, predictions, and I want to have some intelligent boxing conversation when it comes to this fight, right? I don't want to, you know, just mindlessly predict. I want you guys to really think about this fight fully in your brain before you speak, right? Really think about it, because it's really easy to count Ryan Garcia out if you're a Tank fan, right? It's really easy to say, he's going to kill Ryan. But we do have to keep some things into account. Ryan Garcia is tall. He's got good power. He's got good speed. He knows his way around the ring. And he's not a bad fighter, okay? And then, of course, we got Gervonta Davis, who's known for big punches, underrated boxing skills. I feel that he's underrated when it comes to boxing skills, right? Very strong puncher. Everybody knows that. But not too many people talk about his boxing IQ, his boxing skills. So he can box, right? He could punch, okay, but he's much shorter, okay? And this really makes for an interesting fight. So I want to go ahead and chop it up with you guys today on this. This is definitely the topic of the day. We got DMC in the building. What's going on, champ? We got the lunatic libertarian. Garcia has the technique, but does he have the chin? Good question. Good question. We have seen him get dropped. So we don't know. You know what I mean? Same can be said for Tank. Now, I never seen Tank hurt. So I don't know if the same can be said for Tank, but again, who has he fought, right? I mean, other than, hold on, actually, let me take that back because he fought Isaac Pitbull Cruz and apparently with one hand. So I think he has a chin for sure. My man Jorge finally stayed awake to get on here. I know I've been getting on here late, man. I had an opportunity to get on here a little earlier today, but since I've been getting on here around this time every day this week, I said, let me just be consistent with the time and get on here a little bit later. But we'll see what time I get on next week. You know what I mean? We'll see what time I get on next week. I might try to up the, a little bit sooner, but I like everybody to be settled in, relaxing when they come in here to chop it up. You know what I mean? A lot of you guys are working, just getting off work. Maybe you're having dinner with your family, around these hours. I mean, around 6, 7, 8. I don't know. Maybe some of you guys in the gym. So I figure around this time, everybody's kind of settled in, just scrolling through their phone, chilling. You guys can pull up in here and chill with me. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, champ? I see you, man. I see you. My man Benjamin Cuevas, where you been, bro? What's up, coach? What's up to you, man? Where you been? If Tank clips him, he over with. Yeah, I mean, we know that. Absolutely, we know that. But that's if anybody gets clipped, right? You know what I mean? What if Ryan Garcia clips him? Ryan Garcia got that. Like, he just hit you with that. You see what I'm saying? Like, that thing just come out like, you know what I'm saying? Who you think Tank and Ryan will fight before they fight each other? I'm really not sure. I'm not the best when it comes to keeping up with current boxing events. That's why my channel is more so based on teaching boxing and the techniques of boxing, the science of boxing, because that's where I put all my attention. This fight just happened to pop up on my feed today. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, we got to talk about this. That's the topic of the night. I had a whole nother topic that I was going to touch on tonight. But, I said, you know what? I'll save that for early next week. And we'll keep this weekend, talking about some boxing, some Q&A, because we touched on some really, really good topics this week already. I think I don't want to overkill the good topic, like the real deep topics. We can save that for the beginning of the week. We're going to go into the weekend talking about boxing and talking some Q&A stuff and just chilling, chopping it up. You know what I mean? We still got the rest of November to go. You know what I mean? So who would they fight before they fight each other? I'm not sure. Honestly, I'm not sure. I got somebody that I hope pulls in here that's really like gonna fill us in with some stuff. Hopefully he gets in here, man. We'll see. You know what I mean? My man Raheem, what's going on, champ? HC Eddie a beast, yeah, man. That's my guy. Y'all know y'all know what's up with Eddie. Tank about the rematch, Rolly. Nah, I don't think so, man. I don't know, man. What happened to Rolly, man? I ain't heard a peep from him since the fight. Actually, the fight won't happen. Damn, man. We got to be a little bit more confident. But you know what? I said the same thing a few minutes ago, right? I said, I don't know if I believe it, but I'm optimistic, man. I'm hoping that it happens, right? We need this for boxing. We need good boxing matches. We need Tank to really fight somebody who's got a big name. You know what I'm saying? If you go to his box rec, he's got a couple of names, but, man, we need Tank to really fight some of the hitters, man. You know what I mean? We got to really see how good Tank really is. And Ryan Garcia is a good start. You know what I mean? Gonna be a 2-month hype for this fight, only for it to be called off a week before. Man, I'm gonna tell you, man, I won't be surprised. We've seen it before. Till they both in the ring, it don't count, man. Even Shields fight got canceled the week. Yeah, you feel me? Yeah, I know, man. But that was a different situation. You know what I'm saying? That was a different situation. Tank will win. Tank will get him in the later rounds. Garcia's defense will get him caught. Not a bad prediction. Truth be told, both of them have skills and Cruz went all 12 rounds and had them hands up till the end. And I'm a boxer, but I only do 3 to 5 rounds. You only do 3 to 5 rounds. Okay, champ. Trying to read all these comments, man. I'm still trying to read all these comments, man. Yeah, man, this is a great fight. This is a great fight, man. It's a contrast of styles, It's a contrast of styles because, yes, we know the Tank, at first glance, it's easy to say Tank. At first glance, it's easy to be like, man, Tank's going to kill him. Like, immediately. At first glance, that's what I see. But then as I think about it some more, if Ryan comes in mentally prepared, physically prepared, he does have some good attributes. You know what I'm saying? He's a very fast, very explosive puncher. He's got good height, good range. If he has a good jab that night and controls distance, he could be frustrating for Tank. I do somewhat, though, see Tank closing that distance, though. It's going to be very difficult for me to see Ryan Garcia being disciplined enough to just stay at range the whole entire fight and control the fight the way he's supposed to. But you never know. And then you also don't know how Tank is going to take a short, quick shot from, Ryan Garcia. So it's an interesting fight, man, to say the least. It's a very interesting fight, and I'm actually excited about it. I hope that it happens, man. I mean, apparently, it apparently is gonna happen. But 1 second, guys. 1 second, guys. I'm sorry about this. 1 second. All right. Thank you for acknowledging that, Coach. As fans, we need Tank to fight a household name like Garcia. Yeah, absolutely, man. Because we know that Tank can fight, but he hasn't quite proved it against any names other than, guys we all expected him to beat, right? Like we've never seen Tank in a fight that we expected him to lose, right? We didn't expect him to lose to anybody. And he won. And his last fight was a very tough decision. When come to find out, Pitbull Cruz is a hell of a fighter, right? I think that Isaac Cruz was underrated going into that Tank fight, and I think people now are starting to respect him. But at the same time, we still expected Tank to win that fight. If Tank is as good as the Shakur Stevensons and the Devin Haney's of the world, we expect him to beat these guys that he's been beating. Now, a guy like Ryan Garcia, even a Ryan Garcia, like when I say Ryan Garcia, I still expect Tank to win that fight. Because if we're holding Tank at a certain pedestal, he should be able to beat Ryan Garcia. But then again, it wasn't too long ago that Ryan Garcia was looking really, really sharp, really, really good. And now all of a sudden, it's like everybody kind of turned their back on Ryan Garcia a little bit. So Ryan Garcia is working his way back into the game. You know what I mean? And he's working with Joe Goosen. And I'm not sure if Joe Goosen's the right trainer for Ryan Garcia. But we do know that Joe Goosen likes to teach guys how to really, get in there and mix it up. And that a style like that could be setting Ryan Garcia up for disaster because he's going to put him in a position to where he's there to get hit, especially if Ryan Garcia tries to stay in the pocket with Tank, which could be very dangerous. So this is just a very, like I said, interesting fight, and at the bare minimum is going to be an exciting fight for however long it lasts. You know what I mean? Great fight, good for boxing. I agree. I think who has the most patience wins the fight. Kyle, hey coach, got done watching a shadow boxing course yesterday, and I was talking to my cousin. If this fight doesn't get announced, it will happen. And a couple hours later, it got announced. Okay, that's what's up, man. How'd you like the course, champ? Tank has boxing IQ by miles. Skills pay the bills. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I definitely think that he has the advantage for sure, but I just don't know. I really just don't know. Um, we don't know how good Ryan Garcia is yet either, man. You know, it's a little premature in Ryan Garcia's come up. We don't know, especially with all the trials and tribulations as of recently. We just don't know. Ryan Garcia might spoil the apple cart. You know, he might mess around and be a lot better and a lot tougher than we really expect him to be. We do not really know. And that's what makes this fight exciting. So many young dogs right now and great fights to be made. Stevenson, Haney, Teo, Garcia, Tank, Cruz, 100%. Tank bot KO. Damn. Only Haney and Shakur can beat Tank. I don't know, man. You might be right. You might not. I don't know. We haven't really seen Ryan pushed either. Exactly. We don't know. It's so easy to call. You know, it's like I feel like Ryan Garcia is gonna be hard. I'm gonna tell you why it's hard for people to get behind Ryan Garcia. Okay. First reason is he's kind of got like that Nickelodeon vibe, right? He's kind of got that like Ryan Garcia got that like Jake Paulish vibe, right? Like he's kind of like he's so Instagrammy and he's always doing stuff to get likes and comments, you know what I mean? Like the speed challenges and stuff. And then we seen him get dropped, you know what I'm saying, by overhand left. By I forget the kid's name, the kid from the UK who dropped him, you know. And then we seen him with the mental health issue. So when we add all those things up, it's really hard to like really fully trust Ryan Garcia, right? Like I think that's the problem we got with Ryan Garcia. We don't really trust him. But there is no doubt Ryan Garcia got fast hands, hard punches, nice height. He knows his way around a boxing ring, and the kick a fight. There's no doubt about it. Like anybody who says Ryan Garcia can't fight don't know boxing. Like the kid could really fight. So it's just he just seems a little untrustworthy, and that's why betting on him is very difficult for most people, I believe. But again, like you said, he has not been tested either. There's been no real signs of anything that shows any huge weaknesses for Ryan Garcia either, other than he's, you know, I mean, no, there is fundamental flaws that we see, like the chin is up, he pulls straight back, stuff like that. But again, we haven't seen too many fighters really expose it, other than the knockdown in that one fight that he ended up coming back and knocking him out. If anybody could put his name in the chat, that'll be helpful. Luke Campbell, there you go. Luke Campbell, it was Luke Campbell, exactly. And even Luke Campbell, you know, even though he got dropped by Luke Campbell, he still came back very, very good, stood composed, and he got his own knockdown. You know what I'm saying? So a knockout, I should say. So, and he has a very sneaky body shot. So Ryan Garcia is very dangerous, man. He's a dangerous fighter. What do you think about Garcia leaving Canelo's camp? I think he did the best thing for him that he felt was the best thing for him. So for me, I feel that if a fighter is not happy, he should definitely relocate. So I don't think he did anything wrong. He knows better than we know why he left that camp. You know what I'm saying? If a fighter leaves me, I don't want him to, I don't want to be his coach. I don't want to be a coach of a fighter who doesn't want me to coach him, right? So I think that sometimes it has nothing to do with the skill set of the coach. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it just has to do with the chemistry isn't good. You know what I mean? The fighters just don't get along for whatever with the coach, or the coach doesn't get along with the fighter, or they're just not seeing eye to eye. And sometimes the best decision is to just part ways. So I think that he made the right decision for him. You know what I mean? I love the course. I knew most of the stuff in the course, but it was the little things in the course that I wouldn't have thought about, which made it worth it 100%. Thank you so much, Kyle. I appreciate you saying that. Kyle is not paid by Coach Anthony to big up the course or anything like that. So that's a true testimonial. Thank you so much. Guys, if you guys want to get stuff off my website, right now is the time. The Black Friday sale, 90% off, guys. Please, if you guys want a free coaching call, that's the incentive to not wait till Black Friday. Okay. I'm doing an early bird special. You get a free coaching call with me. Plus, you get all the courses. Plus, Drillers Make Killers that isn't even released. I'm not even selling Drillers Make Killers yet. It's only in the Master Boxing bundle, guys. And you're getting it 90% off. You don't need a discount code. Okay. That's another thing you guys have to understand. You don't need a discount code, 90% off. The coaching calls early bird special. And it is www.coachanthonyboxing.com, guys. Please, if you guys want to support, that is the best way to support me. I really would appreciate that. And you guys are going to benefit from it. Now, let me see, continue what you guys are talking about. Luke Campbell was a decent challenge. Absolutely. I thought Luke Campbell looked good in that fight. He's a good boxer, and Ryan came up on it. So that's what I'm saying. Ryan's a good fighter. He was an Olympic medalist too, 100%. Ryan's been working with Dan Goosen, so maybe improving. Yeah, I mean, maybe. I don't know. I haven't seen much of an improvement yet. And I think Dan Goosen's good at what he does, but I just when I see those two together, it's just a weird mix for me. Joe Goosen, not Dan Goosen. Joe Goosen likes to teach more of a hands up, lock up position, you know, and fight. Where I see Ryan Garcia as a guy who can be mobile, can set traps, can counter punch, has extremely quick whipping power. So, you know, the styles between that trainer and that fighter are a little bit, to me, contrasting, but you never know, man. They might be. I mean, Joe Goosen is so high on Ryan Garcia, and I think that's what Ryan Garcia likes about him. I literally heard Joe Goosen say Ryan Garcia is the best fighter in boxing. So he believes in the kid, and sometimes that's what a fighter needs. A fighter needs a coach who's gonna believe in him. So maybe maybe all the things that I see that could be an issue, I could be completely wrong. Again, Ryan Garcia has not fought anybody with Joe Goosen yet that's of any real significance. So they're going right for the gusto right now. After this tune-up, they're going for Tank Davis. This ain't no Mickey Mouse fight, right? This is the real deal. So we're about to find out how good of a combination those two are together. Crazy how many underestimate Garcia. In my opinion, if he get that defense up, he's gonna win. You never know. You never know. Guys, I need you to press the like button if you guys don't mind. You know what I mean? If you got the kindness in your heart to help the algorithm, and press the like button right now. You know what I mean? I would appreciate it. And also, I'm going live every single day for the month of November. So make sure the bell notifications on. So if I go on at a different hour and I'm talking about a topic that you're really interested in, you guys can actually get alerted before I go live. So make sure you guys hit that bell notification. You know what I'm saying? Just set it up so therefore you guys don't miss it. You know what I mean? Because I might go live 8 p.m. one day or 9 p.m. Eastern time, and you might say, "Damn, coach, you've been going on at 11:15 Eastern time the last 3 days. Now you switched it. I missed it." Well, if you hit that bell notification, as soon as I go live, your phone will let you know, and then you'll be able to pull up in here and chop it up. So, if you guys don't mind, man, I would really appreciate that. How do you see both fighters' career after the fight if one wins over the other? I think their careers don't get derailed in any way, shape, or form, unless it's some sort of a devastating knockout, like super devastating to the point where it's like you don't know if the guy's gonna ever be the same. But if one guy loses or the other guy loses, both of them have a big enough name to bounce back and be a threat. And they're both quality fighters. So both of those guys will be able to bounce back and fight anybody in the division. If Ryan Garcia beat Tank, I still think people would be excited to see Tank versus Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? If Tank beats Ryan, I think people will still be excited to see Ryan versus Devin Haney. Right? I'm just using Devin Haney as an example because that's a contrasting style that I think that both those guys make interesting fights with. So I believe that those guys are actually two names and good enough to bounce back from an L. And I don't think that a fighter's career should be over after a loss. You know what I mean? I don't think that people should, turn their back on these guys. So to me, as long as neither one of them gets knocked out to the point where you're like, that was such a terrible knockout or such a bad beatdown. But if the fight's somewhat competitive, I think both guys bounce back relatively easy. Trying to move through some of these comments, guys. Tank way too calm and tactical for Ryan. Gonna walk him down, and I don't think Ryan could fight in the pocket like that. He's gonna hurt him bad. Damn, man. That sounded a little bit like evil the way you said that, man. Ruthless, I should say. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, man. You could be right. You could be right. Um, but I tell you what, that's one thing that Joe Goosen actually brings to the table that might actually benefit in this fight. Joe Goosen likes to teach guys to fight in close. Look at everybody who's Joe Goosen's ever worked with. They're all like brawler puncher type fighters. So he might actually help him in that situation. He might help him in the pocket. You know what I mean? So you never know, man. You never know. Do you feel that Ryan is a better fighter than Rolly? Rolly was doing good until he got caught. Yes, I think Ryan's a better fighter than Rolly. I think Rolly was just a very strong, awkward fighter. But I think Ryan Garcia has more skills, more speed, arguably more pop. Notice how I said arguably. And I think that overall, Ryan Garcia has more dimensions and more layers to his game than Rolly's did. But the fact that Rolly's was so awkward is what makes it interesting. You know what I mean? When you have an awkward fighter in front of you who could punch, who's strong, you have to be very careful and you have to try to weather the storm. You got to try to weather where the punches are coming from. And the issue is when you don't know where those punches are coming from, that's how you can get clipped by something you don't see. Think about Ricardo Mayorga when he beat Vernon Forrest. You know what I'm saying? When Ricardo Mayorga beat Vernon Forrest twice, I mean, you're talking about a master boxer losing to a guy who quote unquote can't box worth a lick. But Ricardo Mayorga is very strong, very awkward, and that's what Rolly's reminded me of. He reminded me of a modern day version of Ricardo Mayorga. So I think that's what made him such a threat. But Ryan Garcia is a crisp puncher, fast, sharp. He understands how to box. Good enough footwork to move around the ring. He knows himself. He knows his way around the ring. He has enough amateur experience. So he's tall. So yeah, I think Ryan Garcia for sure is the better fighter. Ryan Garcia, KO, left hook. You got Ryan Garcia winning by a knockout with a left hook. Is that what I'm catching right now? Who's the crispier fighter, Davis or Garcia? I mean, I don't know exactly what you mean by crispier. They both are sharp. They're both very sharp boxers. You know what I'm saying? Ryan Garcia is sharp, and so is Davis. I think Davis um, is a little bit more technically sound. But the only thing I will say about Davis this could be a hindrance to his style is he likes to not hesitate, but he likes to wait, and sometimes he gives up rounds. And against certain guys, like the quality guys, like let's just use for instance Shakur Stevenson or Devin Haney. If he falls behind in rounds with quality guys like that, that could be a problem. Now with Ryan Garcia, we're unsure. We're unsure if Ryan Garcia can maintain the discipline to outbox Tank Davis for 12 rounds. Right? Like I could see Ryan Garcia having success in the fight. I could see Ryan Garcia even winning rounds. I could even see Ryan Garcia potentially getting a knockdown. I mean, these are all things that are possible. But I don't know if I see Ryan Garcia mentally staying in the game the whole fight. Where I can see Tank Davis mentally staying in the game the whole fight. I feel like Tank Davis has more of that mental fortitude. But again, neither guy has been fully pushed to their max, so we don't really know. And that's why this is a good fight. Mish Lish was good. Tank all day. Okay, I see you. I see you. Ryan going back out due to mental health. Man, hopefully not, man. Mental health is real. A lot of people deal with it in different ways. And unfortunately a lot of boxers are using this now as a reason of why they're not, going through with fights and stuff like that. But what we do have to remember is boxers are human, boxers are people just like everybody else. And if we're going to have compassion for a regular person who has mental health issues, or a sister or a brother who has mental health issues, then when a boxer publicly speaks about it, maybe we should have some compassion for them as well. You know what I'm saying? And we understand that's the problem. A lot of times we look at these athletes like they're superhumans and they should never complain and they should never cry and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, if they don't fight, they don't get paid. So it's not like the difference between boxing and like another sport is, a basketball player might still make his money even if he doesn't play the game, right? Like he's to get paid. You got guys on the bench, they're getting paid, right? Whereas a boxer, if he doesn't fight, he doesn't get paid. So if a fighter says he has a mental health issue and backs out of the fight, he's not making money. So if he's going to get paid 2, 3, 4, $5 million for a fight, and he decides to walk away due to mental health, then he might really have a problem. And maybe we should have some compassion toward that. So hopefully he doesn't. Hopefully this fight happens. I heard Tank did really well against Haney, and that's why Mayweather went with Tank over Haney. It's possible. Big ups to Ryan and Tank for giving the fans what they want in the height of both of their careers. Yeah, yeah, definitely. It's a good fight. I see you, champ. Coach, I'm here. Guys, man, just so you guys know, man, don't forget, man, we got the Master Boxing Bundle at 90% off. Master Boxing Bundle at 90% off. The early bird special, you will get a coaching call with me. I will help guide you through the courses. I will see what your personal goals are. I will see if I can help you further. Don't forget, that's what I do. I help people all over the world improve their boxing by helping with customized plans, customized, everything is customized when you decide to deal with me on a coaching call. All the courses are there. Drillers Make Killers, a course I haven't released yet, is in the Master Boxing Bundle. Everything is 90% off, guys. So I highly encourage you guys, if you've ever liked any of my YouTube videos, if you ever liked any of my courses in the past, now is the time. And if you don't want to go ahead and get the Master Boxing Bundle, you can still get the courses individually. I got a huge deal for you guys in that department as well. As long as Ryan stays clear from that devastating real uppercut, I feel like he has a good chance to put in work. I mean, he's the taller guy, so unless he puts himself in front of Tank, which is possible, he really shouldn't be getting hit with uppercuts, man. But if he's standing right in front of him, he can get hit with uppercuts. Is it Son? I heard it got called off. Oh boy, don't tell me that. Nah, I gotta check, man. Don't tell me that. Do not tell me that. Now I'm gonna keep it a stack though. Ryan Garcia, my man Tank Davis actually has it on his Instagram. So let me see right here. I said my man Tank Davis, like that's my man. Like I don't even deal with Tank, but nah, he's still got it up, man. So apparently it's signed. Man. Nah, I think you are wrong, champ. Would be a great deal. Looking at it for next month. Next month, just so you know, this is Black Friday, champ. The 90% off will not be effective next month. This is a Black Friday special. So if you're looking for something next month, you might want to get it now and start watching it next month. But if you're trying to save that money now, if you don't, money ain't a problem, then it's all good, right? Wait till whenever. Whatever the price is, then that's what it is. You know what I mean? But right now, 90% off. Nah, he's capping. It didn't get called off. Good, man. I'm glad, man. I'm glad it ain't called off. But it's still early. And both of those guys still got to fight. Both of those guys still have a fight that they got to fight. So it's not like they're fighting next. The only reason I'm talking about this today is because they talked about it today. But the truth of the fact of the matter is they're not fighting next. They're fighting somebody else. Each one of them are fighting somebody else, and then they're going to fight each other probably early spring. So I believe both of those guys are looking to fight somebody else in January, which I'm not sure who their up and coming opponents are, but I'm glad that they've already negotiated. If you ask me, I don't even know why they're taking tune-up fights. They should just jump in there and fight each other now if they're going to talk about it now. They should be talking about their other fights, but it is what it is. Wait, who are they fighting? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Tank is going to get dropped by a check hook. Exactly. I could see that. I could see Tank stepping in and then Ryan Garcia. You know how Ryan Garcia likes to go. You know what I mean? He shows that little short, quick hook. I could see that. Hopefully they lose their upcoming fights. Why? Why would you want that, man? Why would you want that? What are your thoughts on that Cobra bag that Ryan uses? It's cool. It's okay. It's like a similar to a double M bag. I actually have one in my house. They're cool. They're not bad. They're good. I mean, they're not like it's not the answer for everything, but it's good. I mean, it helps move your head. It's like a double M bag on a stand, so it's cool. But it's whatever. You know what I mean? You still need every other bag in the gym. You know what I mean? Damn, I hope plans don't get messed. I mean, apparently they already signed it. So if it's already signed, to me, they gotta fight regardless. That's the only benefit about them signing it now. Like it's kind of like we're making a promise. No matter what happens in January, we're fighting each other. So that's the benefit to that. What would be your game plan against either fighter? If I was Ryan Garcia, I would try to maintain my distance. I would definitely be looking to time check hooks, just like my man said, because you got to think from the southpaw position, especially being a shorter guy. When Tank goes to throw that jab to the body to set up that overhand, which you know Tank's gonna have to do as a shorter fighter. If Ryan could just catch him right there with a short hook coming in with that speed and that explosiveness he has, he could be very effective. If I was Tank, I would definitely be looking to close the distance. I'd be looking to make it a dog fight. I'd be looking to go on the inside, rip the body, rip the uppercuts up the middle, and test Ryan Garcia's heart. So I think that's exactly how the fight's going to go down anyway. I think Tank is going to be looking to test his heart, close the distance, and Ryan Garcia is going to be looking to maintain some space, use his athleticism and his ability to catch Tank on the way in. So that's what makes the fight interesting. It's an interesting fight, guys. This is 100% an interesting fight. I'm reading some of you guys' comments. It's definitely an interesting fight, man. Without a doubt, I'm super excited for it if it happens. So we'll see, man. Hopefully, it does happen. Yep, that's exactly what I heard as well. You're absolutely right. Actually, I'm reading the wrong comment. This one right here. I heard Tank is fighting a dude that beat Chris Colbert. That's what I heard, and that's not an easy fight because the dude who beat Chris Colbert, you know, what I mean, beat Chris Colbert, and to me, Chris Colbert's a above average fighter. So if Tank's taking that fight, and then right after fighting Ryan Garcia, Tank is taking some decent, a decent fight. I wonder who Ryan Garcia is gonna fight. I guess we do some boxing Q&A, mix it up since we've been on here for 45 minutes talking about that fight. Let's see what my man said here. What are the keys to land body shots and not get countered or avoided? It just depends what body shots you're trying to land. You know, you have to make sure you're in range when you're shooting shots to the body, or if you're throwing left hooks to the body, uppercuts to the body, right hooks to the body. You could be a little bit mid range, but you got to make sure you're in range. Another thing to do when you're trying to set up shots to the body is you want to throw shots to the head, right? Throw something upstairs, get a guy to block, rip something downstairs. You see what I'm saying? You also want to, like I told you, range is very important. The setup shots that you throw, you know what I mean, before you throw the body shots are very important. And then you got to know your escape routes and you got to have your built in defense. You know what I mean? Things I talk about in Defensive Principles 101. We have 150 combination bundle package that teaches you all these different combinations. I actually got a 50 combination to the body course where we talk about 50 different body shots you could throw. How to set traps and counterpunch. We talk about some of this stuff as well. But the key is, make sure you're in the right range. Okay. Make sure you set up the body shots. Don't just throw the body shots naked. And then the next thing is the escape routes, right? We got to know where we're going to go, right? So if I throw a left hook to the body against a righty, I need to know what the potential counters are. I need to know my escape routes. Okay. I need to know how to prevent shots from coming. I need to keep my hands in the right positions to automatically block. So there's a lot to it, but there's also not a lot to it. Like it's simple and complex at the same time. You know what I mean? But you're always in position to get hit when you're in range. You're always in position to get hit when you punch. It doesn't matter where you're at. If I throw a jab to your head and you slip and you throw a jab to my head, you might catch, or jab to my body as I'm throwing a jab. I'm open to the body, right? Or if I throw a right hand, you know what I'm saying? I'm open to my body on this side, right? Like you're always open to get hit when you're punching, whether you're in range, you're throwing body shots, you're throwing head shots. So the key is to try to minimize it. So what do? You use feints, you use setups. You go in and out of range, and then you find the right range, and then you let your hands go. There's different tactics you have to do before you make the decisions that prevent things from happening as well. What are your thoughts on a potential AJ Tyson Fury matchup, man? I mean, it'd be nice to see. I'm not too interested in seeing AJ and Tyson Fury. I more so would like to see AJ and Deontay Wilder. I think those two guys are in the losers bracket. They need to fight each other when, Wilder's not in the loser bracket. He just won a fight. AJ needs to pull himself out of the losers bracket. He said he wants to tune up. But I think he should just avoid Tyson Fury and go right for Deontay Wilder. You get the UK versus the United States, two big guys who could fight, you know what I'm saying, who lost. We already know their level, right? We know Tyson Fury's better than Deontay Wilder, and we know that AJ has already lost to guys like Usyk in the past. So how about you just skip Tyson Fury? Tyson Fury's the best in the division. If anything, Tyson Fury should be looking to fight Usyk. You know what I'm saying? And AJ should be looking to fight Deontay Wilder. That's how I see it. I use I used to use Coach Anthony videos at my local gym. Hey man, whatever helps. That's what my videos are for, champ. I realize some fighters are more effective leading with their power hand, like Crawford and Southpaw. What are your thoughts on leading with your power hand? I just think it's whatever feels comfortable to the fighter. Most people naturally, like most people off the street, if I pulled the guy off the street and said, "Hey, I want you to fight," most people are going to want to put their power hand in the front naturally. It's just a natural thing that people do. But I believe that once you train yourself to put your power hand on the rear side and use your weaker hand on the lead side is actually overall the better thing to do. And but I do think in some rare cases you're gonna have certain people who they just do better that way, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? That's okay. Just like you have certain people who can fight both stance, like a Jerron Boots Ennis or Terrence Crawford. They could fight both stance. That's not for everybody, right? Like most guys are comfortable on one side, but there are some cases. So I just think it's a case by case situation. But I recommend always for people to learn traditionally to put their weaker hand on the lead side because you use your lead side more than you use your power hand when you do it that way, right? So I made a video like this in the past. I actually made a video on YouTube, but I'll go over it right now, right? If you are a righty, orthodox, I should say, and your left hand is in the front, power hand is in the back, right? The issue is this is your weaker hand, and yes, it's in the front, but you use the jab a lot more than you use the right hand, right? So I'm using the jab, I'm using the jab, I'm using the hook, right? Before I throw this hand. This hand's already strong naturally. This hand's weaker, but I'm developing this hand now, right? The more jabs I do, the more hooks I do, the more development this will get in training, right? Hitting the mitts, hitting the heavy bag, shadow boxing. And as this develops, it catches up with this hand. Now you're a two-handed fighter, as opposed to if you put your power hand in the front and your weaker hand in the back, and now you're developing this hand even more. This hand is being neglected. So now you become more of a one-handed puncher. Now you do have situations, again, anomaly situations where certain guys make wrong, right, or whatever, and that's okay. If that works, great. But for me, that's the reason why we put the weaker hand in the front, because we want to develop that hand to be just as strong as our natural power hand. What do you think about Plant Benavides? That's a good fight, man. Excellent fight, man. I mean, exciting fight. Super excited about that fight. Garrett Groover, we late, but we in here. Garrett, man, where you been, man? I've been doing no days off every day, man. You ain't been here. You slacking, bro. You are slacking. Educated black guy. I ain't seen you in a while. Just wanted to say thanks for the amazing set. I love the plan you made for me specifically. I know it's going to produce great results. Yeah, man. It's definitely different when you work with somebody personally, right? Because you can get the courses, and the courses are fantastic. That's why I'm actually giving out guys a free coaching call if you get the Master Boxing Bundle for Black Friday, the 90% sale. Because when I get on that personalized call with you, that's where I really can help take your skills to an even better level, right? Like the courses are fantastic. If you just like to dive through the courses and watch them at your leisure, great. But when we get on a coaching call, now we're really going to dive into some of your specific goals and some of the things that you're trying to do. So early bird special, guys, the coaching call comes with the Master Boxing Bundle. Plus, it also comes with the Drillers Make Killers that has not even been released yet, guys. So man, if I can't convince you guys to go to the website right now, CoachAnthonyBoxing.com, if I can't convince you with all of that, chances are you're never gonna buy nothing from me, because at this point I'm giving stuff away. You know what I mean? But if you're serious, if you want to learn, if you want to get better, if you appreciate my channel and how long I've been teaching boxing online, then there should be no hesitation, guys. And I'll be looking forward to talking to you on your call. Coach, what do you think about a potential Canelo versus Bivol Part 2 fight? Is there anything Canelo could do to win, or is Bivol too much for him? I'm not going to say Bivol's too much for him. Canelo may be able to make some adjustments if he really, really digs deep. I'm just not interested in it, man. I got to be honest. I'm just not. Like, Canelo, just move on. I'd like to see Bivol fight better beef, and I like to see Canelo fight like a Charlo. Like, don't get me wrong, if Canelo dug deep, he may be able to do better, but just not interested, man. Canelo's already proven that he could fight his ass off. And some guys, you just leave him alone. He didn't get knocked out, just leave it alone. You know what I mean? Go fight a Charlo. I think Canelo and one of the Charlo brothers would be a much funner fight for the fans. The build-up would be funner. It would be exciting, and it's more of an even competitive match where I think that Canelo's in a little bit of an uphill battle when he goes up to that division against the top elite guys. What will I know if I get selected for the one-on-one call? Once you make the purchase, you will get an email from me, um, or you will get a message through the portal letting you know to book your call. I'll send you a link, and when you get the link, you'll book the call with me, and then we'll set it up. Really that simple. That's a good one. That's a real good one. Yeah, we've been on here for 55 minutes, man. We've been on here for 55 minutes. Time been flying with these lives lately, man. We were on here for 2 hours and 15 minutes. 2 days in a row over 2 hours. Um, so yeah, these lives been going great, guys. If you guys want to keep this live going, keep the questions coming. Make sure you guys go to the website, support, grab a course. Even if it's just one, guys, I ain't gonna force you to get the master boxing bundle. Just go grab one, but grab one that you feel like you really need. But if you guys want to get a coaching call, you grab that master boxing bundle. What are your thoughts on the vertical versus the horizontal hook? Are you talking about palm facing the ground versus thumb up? Just confirm that for me. Just confirm what you mean by horizontal or vertical. Um, no, it's not that one protects your chin. One covers more of your face. One can get done from a. I made videos on this, guys. I made videos on this in the past. You know what I'm saying? You guys got to look at my material sometimes, man. But um, the thoughts on it is, I would prefer mid range to throw my hook, or even close range, close and mid range to throw my hook with the thumb up. You know, like if I'm right here in front of you, bang. You know what I mean? A nice short, powerful hook. As I'm a little bit further away, I'm okay with dropping that rear shoulder, landing the two knuckles, bang. You see what I'm saying? So as I'm check hooking, I'm okay with the vertical. It's almost like a corkscrew. Um, but I think shadow boxing, I prefer to keep it like this. When I'm shadow boxing, it keeps everything aligned. I'm here, all right? But when I'm actually in a real situation, I've always found that I throw the punch like this. So it's really a preference thing, a tomato type thing. You got guys who like to throw the Cubans who like to throw the hooks like that, and some of the the European guys. It's really, but if you notice, all the biggest knockouts, 99% of the time, the thumb is up. That's what I'm saying, Garrett. I agree. Hey, coach, what do you think about bare knuckle boxing? It's cool. I don't watch it, but it's cool. You know what I mean? It's like MMA to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't really watch it, but I respect the competitors. But I'm more of an old school, sweet science type of a guy. You know what I mean? I got to be honest. All the not gimmicky. Let me be careful with what I say. But not all these new things that go against the regular rules of boxing that I'm used to. I'm just not crazy about. I'm more just old fashioned. I like boxing, and that's what I stick to. What about throwing your jab with your fist vertical? I guess you're saying like this. I think it's good to split the guard. You know, maybe once in a while you might go wow. You know what I'm saying? See what I just did? I come over here. Wow. I actually talk about that in some of my courses. Okay, that's just another variation. So yeah, I think it's good if somebody's got a nice tight defense, and you're doing this and they're covering up. Maybe you just whop. You know what I mean? You can do the same thing with the uppercuts. You can actually throw the uppercuts like that. Ha ha. You know what I mean? If you're in close, and you could split the guard. Guys who have a nice tight defense, so it can work. I just wouldn't do it all the time, right? So I'd be here, bang, bang, and I might go whop, hit you with a spear jab. You know what I'm saying? You even got you can throw the jab. Sometimes it even comes up like this. You know what I'm saying? Like whop, almost like an uppercut. So different ways you could throw the jab. There's definitely variations. Punch drunk boxing. I thought you forgot about me, man. You were supposed to be my expert, man. Where you at, bro? You killing me. Punch drunk boxing, you killing me. I've been on here for a whole hour already, man. Hey, coach, did you teach feet first or hands first for beginners? Listen, champ. Shameless plug. Build you from the ground up 1.0 and build you from the ground up 2.0 on my website. shows you exactly how I teach beginners, step by step. Like if you came to me in the gym, that's how I teach beginners. If you're interested in seeing that, right now is the time. Right now is the time. I only say that because I can give you a short answer, but if you really just want to know step by step, how would Coach Anthony teach a beginner? Build you from the ground up 1.0 and build you from the ground up 2.0. And the Master Boxing Bundle, that's only 2 courses out of 16 courses. I got footwork drills, defensive principles 101, how to set traps and counterpunch, angles and how to create them, 50 combinations to the head, 50 combinations to the body, 50 head body combinations, how to box on the inside, how to box on the outside, how to box the opposite stance, southpaw versus orthodox, how to shadow box, the complete Philly shell system, and a course that I haven't released anywhere else, Drillers Make Killers, heavy back conditioning drills, chant, and a free coaching call. So we can have a conversation about your personal goals or your kids' goals, whatever your goals are. Black Friday, champ. Right now, early bird special, you get the coaching call. Once the early bird special is over, I'm still going to offer the amazing deal, but there's going to be no coaching call, right? There's limited slots on the coaching call. I ain't going to be able to talk to everybody. I'm only one person. But to answer your question, because, I ain't the type of guy who's just gonna force you to buy something. I'm on here to help. I teach the stance. So technically it's the feet first. I teach the stance. I give you a nice solid foundation from the bottom up, right? Build you from the ground up. So I give you the foundation. I give you the stance. I put your hands in position. And then from there, we start to work on the proper form and technique. Hand placement, right? Proper form and technique when we throw our punches. Once we have the form and technique there, then we work on stepping and punching together. Okay, so there's a whole system that takes place, but it's definitely a way to do it where it's going to be the most beneficial for 99% of people. Now, there's been situations where I've had to make adjustments for certain people, you know what I'm saying? And that's where the one-on-one coaching is always a benefit because certain people have issues, but I did make it where it's what's worked for most of the people I've worked with that was for beginners. So I hope that helps. Yeah, split the guard. Yes, sir. Guess we're gonna have to do 2 hours. Maybe, depending on how lit we stay, depending on how you guys keep me going. You know what I'm saying? We gotta stay lit. We gotta be energized. You know what I'm saying? We gotta have fun. People gotta be grabbing courses. People gotta be asking good questions. We gotta have some good conversation. Hopefully, my man Punch Drunk gets in here and he can update us on some stuff. Coach, just wanted to say thanks for all the wisdom and insight. You were one of the first YouTubers I found when I started learning the basics 2 years ago. Thank you, man. Thank you for saying that. How's your boxing journey going, if you don't mind me asking? Have you heard about the Haney Paulie Malignaggi beef? Pause. Especially with the emoji, bro. You put the beef emoji? All right. And thoughts on it. Paulie said he would come out of retirement for him. Not a good fight for Paulie, man. Paulie need to just cut it out. Paulie needs to just continue to be, doing what he's doing. He was a hell of a commentator until he ruined it. But Paulie Malignaggi definitely doesn't want to fight Devin Haney at this stage of his career. I mean, when he was still in his prime, he got smoked by Amir Khan. Really bad, actually. That style of a speedy guy with good footwork and fast hands is just not a good style for Paulie. Paulie likes to keep his hands up low. He's not the fastest guy. He has very little power. And I'm not saying this in any disrespectful way because I like Paulie. But a guy like Devin Haney and a older Paulie Malignaggi, not a good decision. Maybe he just wants some attention right now. He's looking to spice up the scene a little bit. I don't know about their issues. I'm not going to say the other word, but I'll look into it and talk more about that in the future. When throwing the left hook to the body, is it recommended to keep the right hand blocking on the left side of your face to block the left hook? You mean throwing on the right side of your face? That's what you mean, right? When I'm throwing left hook to the body, right here, bang. Yeah, absolutely. How did he ruin his commentating career? I believe there was like some sort of like a racial issues he was having or something. I think he even got fired or something like that, right? Am I right or wrong? I mean, somebody who knows more, he said something and it wasn't good, and I don't know. They made a big deal about it in 2020. It was a big fuss. I think it was unnecessary, but it's what happened. Maybe he didn't ruin his career, but he definitely isn't. You don't hear him commentating anymore. When's the last time you heard Paulie Malignaggi commentate? Sorry, I meant if someone throwing a right hook on that side, that you're throwing the left hook to the body. I'll send the link in the chat for you, champ. I know who you are. We're gonna wait for my man Punch to get in here, man. We're gonna talk a little bit and get some updates. My man Punch with all the answers. I'm excited to see what I don't know. He's gonna give us some answers. Look, I got this right here, so that means I'm ready to stay up all night, man. I'm ready to do an all-nighter. But I need you guys to keep it going. Links in the chat, champ. Walkers through the tank, Ryan Garcia. If I'm gonna be honest, hella bands, I already did that a couple of different ways. So at the end of this, you could definitely rewind this live and check out my different scenarios. But to make it easy, man, I believe the tank is gonna be trying to close the gap, and I think Ryan's gonna try to play the counterpunch game. Ryan should be trying to land his check hook to open up some other things, maybe keep some distance. If he's smart, he'll use a good jab. He needs to tie up on the inside. There's a lot of stuff he needs to do, man. But we got the one and only Punch Drunk Boxing, man. Where you been, bro?
Coach Anthony, the world-renowned trainer.
Well, good, man. I sat here for an hour waiting for you, man. What you was doing, man? You working out? I see you hitting that heavy bag lately. You probably was just hitting the bag or something.
You see the Walmart heavy bag. You see how that's playing out, right? You see that? You see that? You got to do what you got to do, right?
Your invitation of Ryan Garcia, man. You was looking sharp out there today, man. You was throwing that hook all quick. I said, look at my man Punch looking sharp.
I'm hyped for the fight. I'm hyped for that fight. You know what I'm saying? I think it's not only one of the most lucrative fight in the lightweight division. I think it's the most lucrative fight of all American boxing. I think it's more lucrative than Earl Spence and Bud Crawford. I think it's just
Whoa.
I said lucrative. I ain't say bigger. I ain't saying more accomplishment. I said lucrative.
So when you say lucrative, we're talking about money.
Money. I
You
think
think he's gonna make more money than Errol Spence? I don't know, man. I'm gonna be honest. I still don't know because I think that Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence there's so much hype for that fight. That's like the closest thing that we've seen to Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather for
But
our.
but you know what the difference between them is that Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather was icons, and Earl Spence and Bud Crawford are not icons. They just good. They just great fighters of this era for the hardcore boxing fans. You know what I'm saying? If you put them, if you put these two guys together in Times Square, ain't nobody knowing who they are. But if you put Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis, that's why I says the most lucrative fight in America. You know what I'm saying? Because in the UK, they know how to support. They got Tyson Fury could rack up 100,000 with a Anthony Joshua out there in the UK. But in America, I think that is Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis the most lucrative fight in the sport of boxing.
You could be right. I don't have a big debate with you there. Now, talk to me, man. What don't I know? Like, because I tell the people, man, I'm a big boxing guy. Obviously, I answer a bunch of boxing questions, but when it comes to the fighters, I don't keep up with everything.
Yeah.
But what don't I know about this fight? What don't I know about the stipulations? What don't I know about who they're fighting next? Because obviously they're not fighting each other next. They're taking on other fights before they fight each other. Why are they signing this now? Can you fill the people in on what's going on and fill me in for so because I don't even know.
I mean, to be honest, I think everybody have spoken or tweeted, right? You got Showtime Boxing, they tweeted, PBC, Steven Espinoza, the president of Showtime. You had Oscar De La Hoya that just went live like an hour ago in his IG live talking about it. So of
What
course,
did Oscar De La Hoya say?
well, basically he's and I upload on the channel. Basically they say that it's not signed. It's they agreed on all terms for a later date. Both of these guys are going to be taking a tune up. But I think that I think that that's actually smart business wise, because now they're banking on the fight before the fight, right? Unless unfortunately, let's say if Gervonta Davis or Ryan Garcia pull a Zab Judah, yeah, I remember that. You remember when Flo Mayweather was supposed to be fighting Zab Judah, and then Zab Judah fought Baldomir, and then he lost that fight, and then that what I'm saying, it took away from. I think it was supposed to be bigger than what it was, but the Zab Judah dropped the ball, right? So we just hope that none of these guys take that L in the lead up to their big fight in April. So I think there's fighters that do that. Look, Canelo Alvarez did that when he fought Callum Smith, and then after what was it? No, it was Yearjum. I think it was Yearjum with Callum Smith, and then after the fight, they announced the Billy Joe Saunders. So I think that happens. I think is a way to build the fight, is a way to build and capitalize off the anticipation of the big fight, while they could capitalize in pay-per-view numbers, and because everybody gonna be watching. Everybody gonna be watching this tune-up fight. So I think it's a good business strategy, in my opinion.
Right. I saw Tank Davis post. I didn't even go to Ryan Garcia's page. Has Ryan Garcia announced this yet?
Yeah, his dad announced it. Everybody, and that's what I'm saying. Everybody announced it. Showtime, PBC, Steven Espinoza, Ryan Garcia, Gervonta Davis. Everybody that is in tune with getting this fight, you know, signed or whatever, deliver or whatever. They all spoke out. So I think it's official. PBC never jumps the gun. You know what I'm saying? They don't jump the gun. So once they put something out there for the public, I think is a done deal.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. I'm super excited, man. How do you see the fight going if it does happen?
You know what, man? In the beginning, I did have. I'm sorry. I had Gervonta Davis, but now I'm leaning towards Ryan Garcia. I think that Gervonta Davis, 28 years old. I think he went to too many training camps. Um, Not going in there knowing that he's gonna be fighting the best. Just every opponent that has been in it, that's been in front of him is a guy that's tailor made for him to take out. And I think that he just went to too many training camps, not going at his best, you know, and I think it's different from Ryan Garcia. I think Ryan Garcia has gotten stronger. I think Ryan Garcia has gotten quicker, bigger, smarter, and I think he wants this more than Gervonta Davis. I think Ryan Garcia want to prove something. I think Gervonta Davis is there. He know that he got that money. But I think Ryan Garcia makes more money outside of the sport of boxing, that he just want this fight for bragging rights. I
Damn,
got Ryan Garcia,
damn.
slightly Ryan Garcia.
That's a major prediction. Um, you're going to be definitely in the minority, but I do see um, people starting to change their mind the same way you changed your mind.
Yeah,
You see more people changing their mind as the fight gets closer, as the promotion starts to take place, because of the things that you just spoke about. You're talking about, fast, taller, just a hungry Ryan Garcia. Hopefully, Ryan Garcia can mentally stay in the game. Um, Again, I don't know how the fight's gonna play out. If I had to pick today, if you told me you got to bet your life savings on it, I'm gonna go with Gervonta Tank Davis.
hmm
But I wouldn't be surprised if Ryan Garcia pulled it off. It wouldn't be like Mike Tyson versus Buster Douglas upset to me. It would be like, well, there are attributes that Ryan has that I can see that can trouble him.
I think that the opponent that they have chosen for Ryan Garcia is leading him up to this fight. You know what I'm saying? He fought Luke Campbell, that's a southpaw, an Olympian, right? Got the amateur pedigree. You have Fortuna, southpaw. So I think that Ryan Garcia has prepared himself for this for the Gervonta Davis fight more than Gervonta Davis, right? He fought Rolly. He didn't need to fight Rolly. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking that Ryan Garcia is geared to prepare himself for Gervonta Davis, just not any other fight. Not a Devin Haney fight, not a TO fight. He is prepared to fight Gervonta Davis. They've been moving him to prepare for Gervonta Davis. And I think that um I just think that, he got the height, he got the range, he got the jab, he got the left hook, he got the speed, he got the power, he got the combinations. He's a seven national world titleist. I think a lot of people just see that he's a pretty boy, does a lot of social media stuff, and they forget that this kid was doing this thing in the amateurs, beating Devin Haney 3 times. Of course, it's three apiece, but I don't think a lot of people has given him credit. I don't think a lot of people has been taking him serious in the sport of boxing, probably because of his looks or whatever he does in social media. But he's the real deal. Gervonta Davis is the real deal. I've been following him since the amateurs, yo. But I just think in the professional level, um, I don't know. I don't think they prepared him enough matchmaking and built him up for him to fight the big fight. You know what I'm saying? He's getting touched a lot. His defense have slacked off too many times.
Well, hold
Um,
on, but hold on. Let me play devil's advocate.
Go ahead, brother.
Let me play devil's advocate. Ryan Garcia hasn't fought enough quality guys for us to say that. Luke Campbell's the only guy that I can really say on that resume that stands out to me, and he's not a puncher, and he was able to drop Ryan Garcia. So I don't know about him being groomed up for a guy like Gervonta Tank Davis either. I think both of these guys are yet to have fought anybody of true superstar quality. And if you really want me to be more in depth, I think that Gervonta Davis fought the better opposition by fighting a guy like Isaac Cruz. Now, granted, different style, shorter, but I think Isaac Cruz is better than everybody on Ryan Garcia's resume. So um, that's my disagreement to what you're saying. I do think though that both guys are yet to prove themselves. Though I agree with that.
That's fair. That's fair. I don't know. I just see that. I don't know. I just see that he got a lot of fights in that wasn't necessarily to make him a better fighter. You know what I'm saying? It was just for him to bank on some checks, and that's it. You know?
No, I agree with you. I agree with you that they were definitely, it's a Mayweather promotion strategy. It seems like the Mayweather team, they know how to build the hype around the guy the right way to get the eyeballs on him and to make him look spectacular. Um, but I think now we're gonna find out. I think that Gervonta Davis, though he might have been spoon fed for a big portion of his career, I do still believe that he is as good as we think he is. I just think that the problem, this is where it's backfiring for me with Gervonta Tank Davis. The fact that he was been so inactive and he hasn't fought enough. Now people that are really good have snuck into his division, right? So you got guys like Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, Ryan Garcia, Isaac Pitbull Cruz, who nobody knew 18, 20 months ago. Now everybody's looking at him as a potential player in the division. Teofimo Lopez, all these guys creeped in due to his inactivity. Gervonta Davis could have already been the Canelo, you know what I mean, and just like kind of scaled off to the sunset. Now he's still lingering around the division with young, hungry lions. And the thing is, I think he's just as good as any of those guys. I think that's probably the most evenly matched, highly stacked division in a
Yeah.
very, very long time. And that division right now could go against any division in history for quality guys in one division at one time. Like, seriously. And we talk about how guys in the past were better than guys now. But right now, with Devin Haney, Tank Davis, Shakur Stevenson, all these guys being around the same weight,
Yeah.
this is one of the best historic moments in boxing history for quality fighters all being stacked in one division. Would you agree?
No, I agree. I agree, and it's still gonna go is who's the most proven, right? Just like look, Devin Haney's undisputed, but there's still an argument if he's the top dog and he's undisputed. You know what I'm saying? The pugilists of the game, like they just put him on the pound for pound list by being Cambosa the second time, but they didn't put him on the pound for pound list for being him the first time. So why they did it? You know what I'm saying? Did they pity Devin Haney because he's speaking about it? I think they did put him on the pound for pound list because they pity him because they don't believe that he was a pound for pound when he beat George Cambosa the first time. Ring, they didn't put him on the pound for pound. So um I think there's still a lot of he got to prove. It's unfortunate, but it seems like he still got to prove himself for a fight with Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia, Lomachenko. It's still a stacked division. So yeah, he's undisputed, but he ain't no, but I don't think Devin Haney is the king yet. Um, and even with Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis, the winner still ain't the king yet. It's a lot of things. It's a lot to prove in this division. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Right now, Devin Haney being undisputed. No disrespect to Devin Haney, but it's kind of like he got like a cheat code to undisputed. It's like it's not a real undisputed. Like to me, it's like, dude. For one, we know that Cambosis. Let's call a spade a spade. He got lucky in a sense against Teofimo Lopez. Like he caught him at the right time. He caught him under a certain situation. Nobody believed it. Who was Cambosis fans at that time? That they felt like the American fans were just hating and stuff. But now Cambosis gets exposed by Devin Haney twice, and now he's undisputed due to the fact that Cambosis got the belt from the guy who beat Lomachenko. But it was just kind of like the stars aligned for that to happen. It wasn't true earning of it. It's just the stars just freaking aligned.
It's like what I was talking about with Zab Judah and Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? Baltimore beat Zab Judah, but it was supposed to be Zab Judah, Floyd Mayweather. But then Baltimore beat Zab Judah. Baltimore fought Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather washed Baltimore. And yeah, we did get the Zab Judah Mayweather, but I believe that Cambosa is the Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? He is that guy. So there's a lot to prove, but that's good for boxing. You know what I'm saying?
Great.
It's like we always talk about the past, and we talk about Roberto Duran and Leonard and Hagler. They all fought each other. It's not that one guy fought and beat this guy. That's you king. They all had to fight each other. That's what we call them the four kings. They all fought each other. So these guys all need to fight each other. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if Ryan Garcia fought Gervonta Davis. The winner got to fight the winner of Devin Haney and Lomachenko. You know?
Yeah,
And
man.
you
I
can mix and match it.
I agree with you, man. I think that we should definitely move back into the era where a guy can lose a fight and still be a super relevant player in the division, to the point where you don't even look at the guys' records when they announce it. You just know who's fighting, and you're super excited about the fight. We definitely need to go back into that kind of era, and that division, we just said before, is that good. It's that good. It's just as good as that Duran era that you just mentioned. I mean, those kids right now that are in that division, all of those kids can fight. They're the real deal. They're quality boxers, and they're still learning. They're still developing. All of those kids have not reached their full potential yet either, and that's what's even more amazing about that division. So I'm super excited about how it plays out. Hopefully that the business of boxing doesn't ruin a lot of those potential fights. We're getting lucky with this one. Hopefully it falls through, and hopefully the other ones get made.
What I think is up to the fighters this, right now, and their tune-ups. I wish they didn't have to take a tune-up and just fight in January. But again, they're going to cap is the business of boxing. They're going to capitalize off that money, just like Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao capitalized. You know what I'm saying? They capitalize off the anticipation of their big fight. So you fight Miguel Cotto, I fight Miguel Cotto. You fight Ricky Hatton, and they capitalize off it. This is the business of boxing. So for me, in my opinion, the business is a smart move. It's a smart business move because everybody it don't matter who Gervonta Davis is going to fight next. Everybody going to fight. Everybody going to watch it because they want to see if he's going to beat this tune-up and not F up the bag, just like everybody going to see Ryan Garcia, and to see if he's not going to F up the bag, for the anticipation big fight. So I think it's a great fight. I think it's great for boxing. I think these guys going to revise boxing, man. Everybody's talking about it. Yo, coach, I have people hitting me up that don't know nothing about boxing. Never. And the only time when people that I know that don't follow boxing hit me up is to talk about Tank or Ryan. That's it. To be honest, that's my boys in the barbershop and then whatever. The only time they talk about boxing, Ryan Garcia, what you think about Ryan Garcia? What you think about Floyd Mayweather's guy, Gervonta Davis? It's only those two guys. It's only those two guys that they know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they know probably Tyson Fury, but they not, not even Deontay Wilder. These guys don't know Bud Crawford, Earl Spence, bro. Like casuals don't know these guys. So, I mean, I think that this is a huge fight in the sport of boxing, and I think people should be happy that this fight is being announced and being put together. You already know that Oscar De La Hoya don't get along with Al Heyman. So for this fight to come through fruition, a lot of ego had to put to aside for these guys to make this fight happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Is there any other boxing coming up that you might want to remind me of? Because I don't even know what's coming up.
Jose Cepeda versus Regis Prograis, November 26th. That's going to be a big fight. That's for the WBC 140-pound strap. Regis Prograis lost to that had a unification bout with Josh Taylor, lost that fight. And there's people out there that feel like Regis Prograis beat Josh Taylor as well. They want to see the rematch, or they felt like it was a draw. I think that Regis Prograis is probably the most dangerous 140-pounder. So I would like that's going to be a big fight. And then following it up, we got the trilogy with Chocolatito versus Estrada. I believe that's December 3rd. So, I mean, 2022 was underwhelming, especially for the men. The women have been doing their thing. The women, you had Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor, Savannah Marshall versus Clarissa Shields. You had Alicia Baumgartner versus Michaela Mayer. So the girls has been holding it down in the sport of boxing, in my opinion, in terms of morals. But I think 2023 is going to be a good year, especially on the PBC side. I think they got some new money. Benavidez Plant, probably Thurman versus Earl Spence. So it's going to be. That's going to be a goodie. I know a lot of people's writing off Keith Thurman off. Are you one of the person that write Keith Thurman off? Because I ain't writing him off.
I don't write Keith Thurman off. I think Keith Thurman's a dangerous fighter for everybody in that division. I just think that Keith Thurman's inactivity could be an issue. So we just have to wait and see. I thought he looked good in his last performance, though. His last fight, I thought he looked strong. I thought he looked like similar to the Keith Thurman of old. I think
for being off for 2.5 years, I think his stamina looked it. And I went
Yeah,
to the fight.
he looked pretty good. I just think that everybody, when you don't see a guy fight often, and we notice, the rest is the rust. So we have to make sure that his inactivity is the biggest factor. But the kid, there's no doubt, Keith Thurman's the truth, like they said. So we'll have to wait and see how he does, man. Him and Errol Spence make for an interesting fight, but I do think that Errol Spence's style is a style that will beat Keith Thurman. I think that Keith Thurman, even an active Keith Thurman, has trouble with a guy who gets in the pocket the way Spence does, and Spence goes to the body very well, keeps his feet planted to the ground, has got good enough defense, is ruthless enough. I do think Keith Thurman's a problem, but I do think Errol Spence wins that fight.
Yeah, to be honest, I always thought that the ultimate matchup was Thurman and Crawford because their
Now, that
awkwardness.
fight to me is a much more interesting fight for Thurman to win because of the way, like I know you're about to probably say what I'm saying, but their height
Craw-
is even, the way they box. I can see
yeah, the way they move, awkwardness, throwing punches from different angles, throwing unorthodox combination of punches, you know what I'm saying? Um, they could switch as well. We seen Keith Thurman switch to southpaw and knock down letting them bundle. We seen Bud Crawford. We already know Bud Crawford likes to switch up. So I think it's the unpredictability of these two guys that for me it always been Crawford and Thurman. For Earl Spence, I think he's like the big fundamental. He's like the Tim Duncan, right? He does everything. He does everything right. Always in good position. Disciplined with the jab. Great power punching. Goes to the body. Very the most high volume punches since Manny Pacquiao in the welterweight division. So I don't think that nobody's going to outwork Earl Spence, not Bud Crawford, not Thurman. I don't think nobody's going to throw more punches. He's a high volume puncher. He's like the Energizer Bunny. I think he got the best motor and engine in the sport of boxing. Him and Chocolatito. So I think nobody's going to outwork Earl Spence. That's why it's hard for me to see somebody outbox Earl Spence.
Yeah. It's definitely. I think stylistically, Errol Spence is definitely a guy who gives. Errol Spence and even Terrence Crawford, man. It's a interesting fight. Like, I know a lot of people are mixed feelings about this fight. My thing about Terrence Crawford that I have an issue with is he likes to start slow, and he falls behind on points with the wrong kind of guy. I feel like it's going to be hard for him to work his way back into the fight. Like when he was fighting Sean Porter, he was down 4 rounds to 2 going into that 7th round. And he just so happened to be able to break Sean Porter down that second half of that fight. Fight got questionably stopped prematurely, even though I think it was going to go, his way regardless. But he does that with a guy like, Errol Spence. I don't know if he works his way back into the fight. You know what I'm saying? I just think that he could just end up losing on the cards. You know what I mean?
See, and that's what I feel about Tank. Tank was losing on the cards with Leo Santa Cruz. He was losing on the card with Mario Barrios. He didn't look special versus Gamboa. He didn't look special. He was losing in the card with Rolly Romero. Rolly Romero was
He
out.
was, he was, he was losing on the cards in that fight.
He was out jabbing. He don't even jab.
I
Rolly
didn't know.
Romero.
I didn't
He
know.
had Rolly Romero looking like a boxer. I'm not gonna say that he was winning in the cards, but what I'm saying that Rolly Romero was in that fight, and Rolly Romero was in that fight looking like the better boxer. Isaac Cruz, he ain't look superb, so I'm just seeing a pattern with Gervonta Davis that his mindset is, in my opinion, his mindset is like Deontay Wilder. My power is just gonna get me out of everything. I don't gotta outbox you.
I'm gonna be honest though. When he fought Rolly Romero, I didn't view it that way. Now I was there. I was live at that fight. So you know how it is when you're at a fight, it's hard to really like, and that fucking crowd was something different, man. Like, I don't know if you was there that night, but that crowd was insane. Like people was shooting and everything in the Barclays Center that night. Like it was crazy. Um, but I felt like Tank was weathering the storm, trying to read Rolly Romero. So he was playing more of a boxer, intelligent, trying to make sure he don't get clipped with some bullshit. and then he ended up clipping Rollies with a counterpunch. But it wasn't like he was on a Deontay Wilder mindset for that fight. I think he was more so, let me play it smart. And it just so happened that he walked him into a good counter shot. But I agree with you with the other fights. He gives away quite a bit of rounds against certain people. He definitely does. And against a guy like Ryan Garcia, he definitely wants to make sure he doesn't give up too many rounds because Ryan's got the height to cruise himself to a decision if he doesn't get clipped.
Let's not forget that it was Floyd Mayweather in the Mario Barrios fight that told Gervonta Davis in the corner, "Hey, yo, you losing in the unofficial scorecard," just so he could give him that type of energy or confidence. Like, yo, my man, you losing the fight, you know. So I'm just not seeing. I'm seeing a pattern in his defense.
Let me ask you a question though. When he fought against Isaac Cruz, he showed that he'll box your ass if he got.
Oh yeah. See, I always knew that about Gervonta Davis. I used to tell the people that y'all only seen 70% of Gervonta Davis, but still, is he looking special? Yeah, when he ends the fight, yeah, that's when he looking special. But if you look at throughout the fight, if you're doing film study on Gervonta Davis, right? His power is the equalizer. His power is letting him off the hook.
Now, to your point, you're right. But Ryan Garcia pulls his chin up, not the hardest guy to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Lately, when he fought his last couple fights, I don't remember his last fight detail by detail, but the fight before that with his first fight with Joe Goosen, to me looked very unimpressive. Was keeping himself in position to get caught. Was trying to walk down guys when he didn't have to. Do you think that can be a factor? Because, he's got a coach who encourages mixing it up right now. And we know that about Joe Goosen. Does he try to mix it up with Tank? And does he get clipped trying to mix it up, giving up his height, trying to prove that he's the faster guy, stronger kid, and ends up getting clipped with a shot? So that can be and we've seen him go down in the past. So
I think that both of these guys could get clipped. You know what I'm saying? I think that, yeah, he's. This is what I think, and you're a coach, so you know this more than anything. I think when fighters have special type of skill set that only is his God-given ability, like speed or power, like Roy Jones Jr., for example. He got the speed and power. I feel like he's the evolution of speed and power. He takes risks because of his natural ability. So he could drop his hands. He could be undisciplined on defense, but because he have those reflexes and speed that he could do that. So I see Ryan Garcia, just like Gervonta Davis. They could do certain things, like they could lose they could look undisciplined on the defensive end. They could do things that is unorthodox because their speed and power lets them do that. So do I feel, even when everybody's saying that Ryan Garcia's chin is all up and stuff like that, is Gervonta Davis going to go inside and clip him? Is he going to close that gap? Because Ryan Garcia is 5'10". This dude is only 5'4", 5'5". Like, are you really going to come inside? Because that left hook is right there for the taking. You lined up for the left hook. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what makes the fight interesting. And I think as we get closer to the fight, a lot of Tank fans are gonna get nervous. I think right now, your first reaction if you're a Tank fan is this is an easy fight. Then as you start to, and then as soon as the build up gets closer and closer, you start to second guess it a little bit. Like, hold up, is it an easy fight? So, hey man, that's what we want. We want a good fight. We got a good fight. I can't wait to see it. But we still got a lot of time, man. We got a lot of time. This is announced so soon, and we still got a whole bunch of time, a whole bunch of guys, coming up. that we gotta wait our time to watch this fight.
Look, all I could tell is the people, you know what I'm saying, that go against Ryan Garcia. Like for me, I had it all day. Like if you would have asked me this any year, any month, I had Gervonta Davis. But I have not seen him get better in my opinion. And I've seen Ryan Garcia, in my opinion, his power's increasing. I think he's getting better. He's younger. He's just turned 24. Gervonta Davis just turned 28. People forget Ryan Garcia beat Devin Haney. Ryan Garcia has beaten Brandon Lee 7 times in the amateurs. Ryan Garcia had Virgil Ortiz numbers in the amateurs. I think that people are looking at social media, looking at his looks like they did to Oscar De La Hoya when he was younger, and really not trying to see that this kid got the skills to be one of the best, or probably be the best at the lightweight division. Put aside your feelings for Ryan Garcia. This kid is the good, and this kid is dangerous. So that's what I gotta say about that.
Yeah, I think he's definitely dangerous. But we'll see, man. Only time to tell. I think that it's just tough, man, because even though Ryan Garcia is as good as he is, there's so many fundamental flaws there. And when you're dealing with a puncher and a puncher who can box, who can get his punches there, man, this makes a recipe for a great fight, man. I'm just super excited about it.
But let me ask you this. Because I was saying that some of these guys are so special that they do things that is not conventional. You remember Roy Jones Jr. used to start with the lead left hook, right? He was but when he faced James Toney, he was disciplined. He worked the jab. When he went to the heavyweight division, he did the fundamentals. How, you know what I'm saying? He stuck to the fundamentals. He wasn't trying to play around with you. You know what I'm saying? So I do think that even look, Gervonta Davis, when he fought Isaac Cruz, oh, he's just a power puncher. But what happened? What he showed? Nah, man, I got skills. I could move. I could do whatever Devin Haney and Shakur did. I could do the same thing they do. But I got special attributes where I could take the risk that they can't. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think people forget. Like, oh, Ryan Garcia don't got a jab. He got a jab. He just, with the opponents that he's just going out there trying to knock these guys out, just like Gervonta Davis. But when you force them to box, you're going to see the skill set of these guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna touch on that in 1 second. Let me answer one question. I'm just hopping on. Is the special good till Black Friday? The special is good till Black Friday, but right now, as an incentive for you to act on the special, I'm giving away a coaching call as an early bird special. The coaching call is not going to be the whole entire time. I only limited spaces. I'm only one person. It's only so many calls I could take. But if you go ahead and you make the decision now before Black Friday, you can get on a coaching call with me where I could personally work with you through the courses and see what we could do as far as your personal goals and stuff like that. But if you're looking just for the deal and you're just looking for the master boxing bundle at 90% off, you know what I mean? Yeah, this is the Black Friday special started now, and it will be continuing on until Black Friday. So I hope that helps. Now, as far as both fighters are athletic fighters, both fighters do things that they can get away with for sure. Based off what I've seen, though, fundamentally, I think that Gervonta Tank Davis has a tighter defense. I think he has a better jab. I think that he does everything better than Ryan Garcia. I think what Ryan Garcia has that is going to help him in this fight is he has good enough speed, he's got good enough power, and he has good height. And I think that's what gives issues to Gervonta Tank Davis. But if you had to tell me if they were both the same exact height and you was to evaluate both of them on who does the fundamentals the right way, who does the things the right way, who shows more grit, Gervonta Davis, to me, wins in every category. I think he's the better boxer, the harder puncher, the tougher fighter. I think he's willing to take more risks. I think that he's willing to take more punishment if need be. I think he's mentally stronger. But I think that his height is going to be the determining factor. Can he get past the height and not get caught with the speed that Ryan Garcia has? And that's the only reason I'm giving Ryan Garcia a chance in this fight, honestly.
I think Gervonta Davis height actually at I think is an advantage. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like a Mike Tyson. His height, yeah, he was shorter, but his height was an advantage. It let him do things that be lower, disguise himself a lot, the peekaboo style. It just for Gervonta Davis, even if you look at amateurs, he's always been the smaller guy. So he's built that way. And maybe him being the smaller guy is actually comfortable, you know? It's almost like you remember Keith Thurman said one time when fighting Manny Pacquiao, he usually never fought a guy that was smaller than him, and that was actually difficult. Even him being the taller guy. You know what I'm saying? For Gervonta Davis, he just used to being the smaller guy in almost every fight, even in the come up, the way he's built. So I don't think that's gonna bring. I don't think that's gonna do too much. It's gonna be too much an advantage for Ryan Garcia. Um, his athleticism, his angles. Gervonta Davis is the goods, man. I think he's special. I think all these guys are good. I think Gervonta Davis is special. Um, Shakur Stevenson is special. T.O. I believe is special. Um, but
What's up with T.O.? I know you got a relationship with that team. What's going on with him?
he's gonna be fighting Sander. Sander Martin. He was supposed to
Oh,
be
I thought
fighting.
you were gonna say. I thought you were gonna say somebody else. I was like, hold
No,
up.
no, Xander Zayas. No, no, no. He's
Yeah.
Xander Zayas gonna be fighting in the undercard, but he's gonna be fighting Sando Martin, the guy that retired Mikey Garcia. That's the
Oh,
guy that Mikey Garcia fought. So that's gonna be a better fight. It was supposed to be Jose Pedraza, but this is gonna be a better fight. So I think it's gonna be a good fight. I think both of these guys are gonna be tested. I think Teofimo Lopez is gonna be tested as well. But I think that Teofimo Lopez I think he's a special fighter. I think he's gonna beat Martin in my opinion. But I could see him going through adversity as well and trying to figure him out. I don't think that Teofimo Lopez throw enough punches, but I feel like he's a calculated fighter. And I think he's very accurate in his counter punching, very accurate. He's like 50% accurate with his power punches. So I think it's gonna be after the fifth round, fourth round, he's gonna figure him out and then beat him.
yeah, man. Teofimo Lopez, man. I like him, man. I like to see him get a little bit more busy, a little bit more active, get back in the mix, man. I feel like he
I
fell
think
out.
he's close to you. I think he's training close to you.
Where's he at?
What is it? Big Dog built Bulldog Gym or something like that.
He's in
He's in
Jersey.
He's in Jersey, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe it's more closer to New York. You know, I'm closer to Philly.
Nah, I think it's closer. He's far from New York. I think he's like an hour and a half
He
away
might
from
be
New
the
York.
other way though. He might
Oh,
be
okay, okay.
like Atlantic City somewhere or something. I don't know though. I'm not sure of what gym you're
I f-
talking about.
yeah, I forgot the name, but
But big shout out to Teofimo, man. I think he has a chance to get back into the mix. He just needs to get busy. He needs to get active, man.
I think
Um,
all these fighters need to get active, right?
yeah, man. Yeah,
All
it's
these
like what's going on? They not fighting enough, man. None
like
of them.
right, like Ryan Garcia only fought one time, right? Gervonta Davis only fought one time. Boots Ennis only fought one time this year. Virgil Ortiz only fought one time, but Crawford hasn't even fought this. Hasn't even fought. Um, Thurman only fought one time. Everybody only fighting one time, and it went from like three fights a year to like two, now one.
Yeah,
Jamon Charlo haven't fought this year. Jamel Charlo, undisputed, only fought one time. Um, I think inactivity for the most part is if anybody gonna be like, yo, boxing is dead or something, or boxing is dying, I think the inactivity is killing the sport.
yeah. I agree, man. Um, yeah, I'm gonna leave it on those terms, man. I've been on here for an hour and 50 minutes. Let the people know how they could find you.
Nah, you gonna stay, man. Boxing is 24/7, coach.
Yeah,
It's
you
24/7 right
know,
now. Let me see what time is it. It's gonna be what's going 7 o'clock in the morning. The people in the UK, they waking up. You gotta be their coffee, coach. Nah,
okay, okay.
you gotta go like another hour, another hour. You know what I'm saying? The UK people waking up, man.
Yeah, but listen, I'm gonna need people to grab some courses. I'm gonna need some good questions in the comments. I'm gonna need something to motivate me to stay up for the UK people another hour from now. What time do the UK people normally get up? This is good to know.
Yeah, I mean, what is it? It's like what 6:49 right now in the UK?
Oh, okay. So they are starting to wake up now. So Do you
Starting
ever
away.
go on live this late? Because obviously you've been doing lives longer than I have. So
I used to go live like around this time.
do
I
you
used
still
to.
drink moonshine while you live, or
Nah, man.
now you're on your health kick? You don't do that no more.
Moderation, brother. Moderation, brother. Moderation, man. Yeah, man. It used to be like a every other day thing. I
Yeah.
think that was the worst, when you got you when you
We're
had
gonna talk
drink.
about that. You know what? That'll motivate me to stay on here. But let me see what my man right here is talking about. Pootie man, I'm in the UK zone, and I got a good question. All right, champ. What's
See
the
that? You see?
Let it be known? What's the question? I mean, you guys got to keep me here, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'll be like, all right, but let's talk while he's getting his question together. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about the weight loss. All right. Let's talk about the boxing journey. I see you hitting the heavy bag every day. Hold up, he got the question out though. Let me get to my man real quick. What usually wins? The fast left hook Garcia and the devastating right uppercut overhand Davis. You know what? It's whoever gets there first. It's not, you know, it's not really what wins. But if you want it to be in this situation, in this particular situation, Ryan Garcia has the advantage with the left hook because the left hook is closer to the target. So the fact that he's taller, the fact that he has fantastic speed, he has the range advantage, he's going to have the advantage with the lead hook. As Gervonta Davis is trying to land a shot from a further distance, okay, which is his rear hand, right? A further distance, and he's shorter, and he has to get past the good lead hand that Ryan Garcia has. So in this particular situation, I'm going to say Ryan Garcia has the advantage if we're comparing those two punches. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Say you got another one in Spain. We are also up already. Es España. Estamos también despiertos.
Yeah,
They also up. I'm telling you.
I know why you picking Ryan Garcia. You hitting him with that Latino talk. I see you. You know what I mean? You rolling the R's. You staying true to the culture. I see you.
Yes,
So
sir.
let's talk about you a little bit, man, because there's some people in this chat that might want to lose weight. There's some people in this chat that might be thinking about the New Year's. I know I am. I'm already thinking about the New Year's resolutions. I've already been trying to fix some stuff up. I mean, I'm overweight right now for my body type. Um, so what clicked, bro? Because like I remember like this time last year, me and you having a conversation. You like, man, I'm fat as hell. I gotta lose the weight. Next thing I know, I look on Instagram and I'm like, what the? My dude, all right? Like he lost a lot of weight. I have to call you up, make sure you healthy. Like you good, bro? Like, you lost a lot of weight. Nah, I'm good, man. I'm eating good. I'm working out. I feel great. Talk to us.
Yeah, man. I'm vegan. I've been vegan since June 24th. Last
Uh-huh.
time I started just vegan plant, what I'm saying, vegetables, fruits, running from 3 to 4 to 5 miles each day, probably like 6 days a week. Um and that's been to be honest, that's been it. You know what I'm saying? It's just
But like, where did this
I
happen? Like, were you already working out and you were just having trouble with the diet, or
nah this hey yo, I would
how do you go from being overweight, heavy, drinking moonshine every night to running 6 miles, going vegan, drop of a dime? Like, there's got to be something you're not telling me. There has to have been some sort of a process.
Nah, I was like when I was in Europe, right? I was in Europe. I went to Sweden, with the fams, and then you know I went to the bar. What was it? It was like a Saturday. Went to the bar. Then I said, "All right, that's it. I'm just gonna start right now." When I had, a day, like 2 days before I came back to New York, and that's it. The day, put it this way, the same day that I came right back, I got off the plane. I got off the plane, dropped my bags, and ran. And that was what, like a 7 hour, 8 hour flight.
Mm.
Drop my
What
bags.
clicked though? What clicked? What happened in the UK? Like,
Nah,
somebody
it was
called you
just
fat or something? Like, what happened? Like,
nah. I just felt like that. It was that time. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you contemplate losing weight, and you always set a date, right? You always set a date. I just felt like that's it. I was in the plane. You know, when the plane they give you some food, I ain't taking no food. Just let me get water and stuff like that. Like I had my mind set. That's it. Like no turning back. I feel like I do feel like food is like the new drug, man.
Who you
I
telling?
I think food is the new drug, yo. And I looked at food like if it was if like I was on rehab. You know what I'm saying? Not like food, like food. I'm talking about the bad food. You know what I'm saying? Chinese food, fast food, a lot of sugar, energy drinks and stuff like that. I haven't had no energy drink.
I'm over here. I just finished drinking a bang as you say that. You know what I'm saying? But
I mean, the energy drink that got a bunch of sugar and stuff like that. Like every energy drink is not, anything is not pure and stuff like that.
right,
But I
right.
started. I go shopping Trader Joe's, get me the coconut smoothie, um, get me lentil soup, and that's how I started. You know what I'm saying? You go for like
What,
three
what
days.
what made you choose the vegan lifestyle as opposed to just counting
To
your
be honest,
or whatever?
well, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all, man. 'Cause I don't think that a lot of people talk about this, man. But the vegan, the first thing, you know what I'm saying, after 2-3 weeks, you're gonna get this energy that you haven't had in a long time. That's number one, right? Your skin starts to change. And once you start looking at yourself, you be like, you know what, man, I like this, man. I feel like a younger me. And then for the men out there, now this is what people don't like to say. You get an erection, man. Your stuff is up like you was like 18 years old again, man. I'm telling you the truth for the ladies. Hey, yo, men out there. Hey, you're back. I'm back. I'm that serious. So I think it's energy. Skin is different. Um, you start what what-
And what again?
I'm back. Oh, what's the what you call that? Inflammatory? Is it what you call that?
Inflammation.
Inflammation. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Inflammation. And I think that's one of the things right there. Because I remember when I started running the first day, and I'm like, yo, I did 6 laps, and I'm like, and I stopped, and I felt like, yo, my back, something is stabbing me. And I'm like, you know what, man? I'm gonna keep on running, man. If my back breaks, fuck it, man. Somebody gonna have to call the ambulance. I'm not stopping. I gotta do 2 miles. I'm running 2 miles. That's it. Ain't nothing gonna stop me, you know. And after 2 miles, the next day 2 miles, then the next day, 2 miles is 8 laps, so I run a 10 lap, and then after that it's the 3 miles, and then 4 miles. Then I got a teenage son, and then that was another motivation right there. You know, um, my son is getting older, and I take him to the track, and he'll run the 2 mile, and then it's like, okay, I gotta. Then it's like, I gotta let me run the 3 mile. One time, my son ran 2 miles, right, and I just kept running, and I just kept running, and then I did like 5 miles. And it's just motivation. I think being healthy is once you see the result, you just don't want to go back, you know
I
and
feel you.
then you let your circle know, like, you in the, like, before, when you hear people be like, I'm vegan. It's like, all right, like, why you gotta blast it or stuff like that. But I feel like you also gotta let your circle know what type of journey you on, so they could respect your journey. You know what I'm saying? Like, um don't be, it's almost like if you was a drug addict and or alcoholic, and then your boy is giving you, yo, you want to drink? Like, my man, come on, man. I'm on this journey, and I'm not trying to drink no more. Why you serving me drinks? So
Let
I
me
don't
ask you
put
a
my
question. Let me ask you a question. For the people who want to go vegan for the health benefits but can't see themselves going without eating animal products, how are you? How are you like doing it? Like, how did you replace chicken? How did you replace burgers? How did you replace steak? How did you replace these foods? And how are you eating to where it's still realistic? Like, how are you doing it?
I mean, it's look, I love chicken, I love meat, right? But it's all about health, man. It's how you It's how you feel. I think there's a lot of
Wow.
it's a lot of food, man. Sometimes we stay within the culture. It's like you Latin, right? Rice, beans, and chicken, rice, beans, and steak, rice, beans, and this, right? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of great food that you probably need to experiment. You know, if I need to eat a sandwich, I eat an avocado sandwich. I eat an avocado sandwich, put some lettuce on it, put some pico de gallo so it could just taste spicy, have some avocado mayo, um, things like that. They do sell like, them vegetable, like the meatless, them fake chicken stuff. Gardines, right? You could buy some gardines, you know what I'm saying? When I buy Chinese food, I love Chinese food. So you know what I do? I used to love eating General TSO, right? I get the General TSO with tofu.
You the
With,
first one I ever heard say General TSO. We just call it General Toast. This my man said the
uh,
General TSO.
well, but with the tofu, right? Instead of the chicken, the tofu. General tofu, right? Or I get a mixed vegetables with rice. So yeah,
You got me hungry right now, man. That's all you're doing right now.
it's still vegan, and you could still and you could still be unhealthy being vegan, though. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a difference between being vegan to being just plant-based and just eating everything, just greens and vegetables, right? Because you could be a vegan and still eat potato, rice, and then it has a lot of starch, plátano and all that stuff. But I think it's all about once you see results and the way that you feel. I think, man, yeah, it's just being a healthy life, and then yeah, just be moderate about it. You know what I'm saying?
Um, and talk to me about that heavy bag, man.
The
I
heavy
mean,
bag saved my life, bro.
talk to me. How the heavy bag save your life?
No, like if when you run, let's say if I said, man, I want to run 4 miles, but I can't run the 4 miles. Let's say today, right? So I will, if I don't run if I don't run more than 3 miles, then that means I got to put more work in the heavy bag. So I accumulate that. Before I used to run and then hit the bike, but it became running and the heavy bag. So with the heavy bag, yo, I sweat like I burn more calories with the heavy bag than I do running. You know what I'm saying? So the heavy bag is I'll hit it for a good 15 minutes. Do 3-minute rounds and stuff like that, and increase it. Sometimes that's just enough because I'll try to do it nonstop. I ain't no professional stuff like that, but
How did you
um
learn? Because I see you. I see you. It seems like you're teaching yourself. Like how are you coming up with what I mean the boxing techniques?
yes, I'm watching Andre Ward. Like I think he's probably the most disciplined heavy bag that I've seen. Him and Earl Spence and Floyd Mayweather. Um, so I teach. Man, I've been around boxing, right? But I get my motivation by watching, certain videos. So I think one of my motivation, I think, is Andre Ward. I love the way he hits the heavy bag. I like his science, the way he hits the heavy bag. Um, Mike Tyson, but I don't think nobody could do it quite like Mike. But yeah, I teach my dad, like I usually teach myself. I watch my man Coach Anthony, you know what I'm saying, with Eddie Chambers and stuff like that. I watch everybody, I watch and I take every pointers, and I do it along. Well, I watch, let's say I'm at work, right? I work overnight. So I could watch a video Coach Anthony. I'm not gonna do it because I'm at work, but I take everything, and then by the time I go home and do it, then I just, you
It
know,
clicks, it registers. Yeah, I told people that yesterday, man. I told people, a lot of people think when they get into this boxing thing that it has to be to fight. And like I've been telling people, I said I'm probably gonna say it every day on these lives is, if the only lesson you learn through boxing is how to fight, you miss the lesson. And I
yeah,
think that right now you're using boxing as a perfect example of something that's deeper than fighting. You literally said the heavy bag saved your life. Like those are some deep words to say. So something as simple as hitting a heavy bag that a lot of people overlook, or they're curious of should they start boxing, or is this for you, or am I too old, or it just goes to show it's just there's no limitations. If you take boxing for what boxing gives you, which is health, fitness, discipline, self-defense, leadership, perseverance, hard work, all of these things you're gonna learn throughout time, boxing. So I salute you, man, and I'm very proud of you, man, that you made that decision to change. Because shoot, I look in the mirror and I say to myself, how did I let myself get 20 pounds overweight or 25 pounds overweight? And it's discipline at the end of the day. So you made the leap, so you're motivating people right now in this right now, and everybody's got to make a change. And now with the new year coming up, I think that the number one thing that everybody should grab from this is don't wait till the new year to make these decisions.
Facts, facts. Yeah, facts. And I think that I think the heavy bag is overrated in terms of full body workout. Like you hear people say about full body workout, but the arms, like I don't need to do no. To be honest, I don't do no push-ups and stuff like that. Like I used to do it, but like I feel like my body, you know where your biceps after you feel like your biceps. If you're using your waist when you're hitting the heavy bag, you know what I'm saying? If you're hitting the heavy bag right and you're using your waist and stuff like that and tighten up your abs and things of that nature, it's a full body workout, bro. It's a and that's why I'd be like, you know what, man, there's some people that be like, when you got that Walmart bag, when that Walmart bag is, man, got me where I'm at right now, man.
Well,
That's my bag. That's my baby right now.
so yeah, I know for the people who's been in here, and it's been a pretty steady amount of people in here. I'm pretty sure a lot of the people that's in here have been in here for quite a minute. Tonight's video was actually going to be how to design your own boxing routine. For those of you guys who want to know how, I would suggest you design your own boxing routine. But I'm actually going to save that for probably Sunday or Monday. I changed my mind. I think we're going to start that in the beginning of the week. And I decided to just go with the Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia topic tonight because of obviously it was like breaking news.
And shadow boxing, I got to say that. Shadow boxing, bro. Like shadow boxing is and I learned that actually from you, because I remember you was you was live. I think you was answering somebody's question, and you was saying about shadow boxing, and sometimes I'm like, I don't want to do the shadow boxing. Just let me do that. And so I implemented the shadow boxing with the heavy bag, and I sweat like crazy.
Hold on. Welcome to How to Shadow Box. This is a very, very important course, guys, and a course that many people have been asking me for a very long time. Shadow boxing is a very crucial part of your training regimen. I've told I'm gonna make people watch the whole commercial, but as you can see, I got a whole course on shadow boxing. What's beautiful about shadow boxing, I think you were just about to elaborate on that, is not only is it a great workout, you could do it anywhere with no equipment, and there's no excuse on why you're not boxing. So for the people who don't have access to a heavy bag, maybe you don't have a gym, maybe you don't have a bag in your crib, if you really want to still get some benefits from boxing, I mean, the shadow boxing is number one. If I see a guy go into the boxing gym and the first thing he does is grab his boxing gloves and hit the bag, I already know I'm dealing with an inexperienced boxer. I already know that he doesn't understand the boxing regimen, and I already understand that he's lacking in a lot of areas, because that means all you want to do is feel impact. The shadow boxing is where you're going to learn to develop the skills. You're going to use a bigger amount of an area, because now you're using more lateral movement and more of the skills that boxing takes place with, and you're going to get a great workout if you use it with full intensity. So without a doubt, shadow boxing is, to me, it's sparring, shadow boxing, heavy bag. Like to me, those are the and then and the heavy bag and the shadow boxing can swap depending on what the goal is that day. And the same thing with the heavy bag and the mitts. It like everything swaps in importance depending on what situation we're working on. But the shadow box ranks up there with just as almost as good. If you can't do it with nobody in front of you, how the hell you think you're gonna do it when somebody's in front of you? You know what I'm saying?
Facts. So I usually like do the miles, the miles, the shadow boxing, and then the heavy bag. And if I do, let's say if I run 3 miles a day, if I run 3 or 4 miles a day, the next day I'll do sprints. You know what I'm saying? Do 10 to 12 sprints and things of that nature, and then do the heavy bag. Like the heavy bag is the I like being consistent with the heavy bag and stuff like that. So it's like not really stressing and then listening to your body. You know what I'm saying? And I say don't do it for a diet, do it for a lifestyle. If you're gonna eat, you know what I'm saying? Don't do it for a diet. Don't have that 3-month plan or 2-month plan. Cause once you reach that goal, then you're gonna feel like, there's time to party. But it's a lifestyle. And I think that, when somebody be like, yo, how much where's your goal to lose weight? I'm like, nah, this is a lifestyle. I haven't even checked the scale.
But I think you could do that once you get to a certain point. I think that having some sort of a number is a motivator. Like if you say to yourself, I want to
Mhm.
lose 20 pounds in 90 days or something like that. Um, you know, and you do it, you actually go through with it. Now you're kind of like in a position where I could do this the rest of my life. I could keep this going. But if you just like
Mm.
doing it and you're not keeping track of the numbers, like they say, what gets measured gets improved. I think that once you do hit a goal, now it's like, okay, I could do this. I could live like this.
That too.
I
That
could
too.
figure
That
it
too.
out. You know what I mean? So like for me, I need to see the numbers go down on the scale to keep myself motivated. When I don't see those numbers go down, I'm a little bit like, damn, what the hell am I doing? You know what I'm saying? But once you get to a certain point, it's kind of like, okay, I did it. Cool.
Yeah.
So like short-term goals. I'm sure you had a short-term goal before you changed to the
Oh
lifestyle.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. After like 3 weeks, and then when you see once you see the results, and then sometimes you fitting in in them clothes that you like that you couldn't fit in real good, and once you fit in the clothes and you feeling good, that's it, right? It's like I gotta stay I gotta stay this route, you know. But your body's a machine, so your body wants to go back to its normal. Your body wants to wants to function the proper way. you know your body don't want to be in that condition that probably you have it that's unhealthy or out of shape. So your body's going to want to go back to it. So just exercise the body, exercise the mind, and just stay disciplined, and see it as a lifestyle. To be honest, I just got to see it as a lifestyle.
How much weight did you lose before we move on? How much weight did you lose?
I was 262 pounds late May. Um June 15th, I was 200, I weighed 258 pounds. And right now I'm 202, 203.
So in a month you lost about 10 pounds.
Since May, I lost almost 60 pounds.
Yeah, but the first go round you said you were at the end of May you was 262 and at the middle of June you was what?
258.
258.
When I left to Europe,
So
I was
you only
258.
lost a few pounds in that time, but overall you lost 62 pounds. You're damn near
Yeah.
200 pounds right now.
What I went what was it, last week I went all the way to 198.
Damn. That's a big jump, man. Congratulations, man. Everybody give my man a round of applause, man. Give him, throw that round of applause in the chat, man. Those are big numbers. And I'm glad you did it, bro. I'm next. I don't know if I'm looking,
Let's go, man. You gotta do it, and you gotta do it.
I'm looking to lose 60 pounds, but I'm definitely gonna get under the 200s. I'm about 225 right now as we speak. So
But that's what I mean. It's like it's at a point like I ain't saying in my mind I'm going to lose 60 something pounds. I think it was, of course, the exercise and then the diet. Of course you're not eating dairy. Of course you're going to lose weight if you're not eating dairy, and most of it is vegetables and soup and lentil soup. Like that's what really got me. I was eating lentil soup for the most part, broccoli, spinach. I was juicing all the time, juicing all the time. No energy drink, no fake juice, no Snapple, no Gatorade, no energy drink. That just all like natural juice, pressed juice. If you don't have a presser, go to them juice bars, you know what I'm saying, and get yourself some ginger, lemon, um celery, spinach, kale, pineapple, and just make it a daily thing. Make it a daily thing.
Yeah, man. That's what's up, man. You motivating the people right now, man. So, guys, man, it is November. No days off November. I'm going live every day for the month of November. But let's go ahead and let's start now. Let's start now. Tomorrow's Friday. Don't use Friday as an excuse. That's what I used to always do. Use Friday as an excuse to tear up the diet. Stay on course. Make the decision right now. Like my man said, he made a decision. He was fed up. He was done. He started. He got off the plane. He didn't even eat the snacks on the plane. Just make the decision, man. Um, and let's work toward these goals. New Year's coming up. Let's get ahead of the game. Let's start a pre-camp now. So when January 1st comes, we're already in a nice groove. And then you're able to just hit the new year running. You know what I'm saying? We'll be in shape at the same time as Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis big fight. We'll be looking like them when they stand on the scale. That's the goal. We got enough time if we start right now. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Ricky Hatton too. Ricky Hatton, he lost a lot of weight too, man.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was really heavy. I seen something like I didn't know if that was recent. So he actually lost the weight.
Yeah, he lost like over 60 pounds too.
Dope. I
Yeah.
remember he was heavy for a while. So that goes to show you guys it doesn't matter your age, it doesn't matter how heavy you are. The moment you make a decision and you stick to the decision, all things are possible. You know what I'm saying? So I'm actually motivated, man. This is dope. This is super dope, man.
You ever thought about, like, let's say when one of your fighters is in training camp and he needs to make weight, like you
I
not
say
in
it, I
training
say it,
camp?
I say it every camp, and then I don't do it. I said it just most recently with Ryan Garcia. Well,
Raymond Ford.
I said I'm gonna be in shape the same time as Raymond Ford. And listen, I'm always in the gym. Let me make that
Because
clear.
that's your 8 week, right? Like if you had a short term
Yeah,
goal.
I'm in the gym every day. Like I'm dealing with some like little nagging injuries and stuff, but I always figure out a way to get to the gym. I'm working out, but my problem is I'm a snacker. I like to eat. Um, whatever I want, basically. And when I started to gain weight, is like I got less discipline and less discipline and less discipline. So now I'm working that discipline back in. If you remember when we first met, like a couple of years ago, I was lean as hell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So now
But
it's about having to get back to that.
let me say this though too. So when I went to a doctor, like I need back surgery, right? And that also, man, I ain't gonna get no back surgery. Once they cut it, once you get them surgeries, you ain't never gonna be the same, right? So yesterday I had an appointment. I went to the chiropractor and stuff like that, to have an adjustment and stuff. Like he's like, man, yeah, your back is good. So imagine I was still overweight. I would have done a stupid surgery, and the doctor telling me I need to get some back surgery, and now I'm good. I don't got no back pain, no nothing. Of course, you feel sore because, of course, you work out, right? But I'm like, because it's all, sometimes it's stiff. You ain't moving a lot. You got a lot of what was the name again? Flam- um
Inflammation.
inflammation. There's a lot of inflammation in them joints, man, when you get older too. So you think that is bad, but it's just inflammation, and that's just dieting. So
Yeah, that's some good game right there, man. That's a fact, man. It's dope, guys, man. We got to think about longevity, ladies and gentlemen. So we gotta make the best decisions that we can. And of course, it's a process. It's not gonna happen overnight. We all in this together. So maybe December, I'm gonna do something called Discipline Decembers. That's what I'm gonna call it. We got no days off November, and then we're gonna do Discipline December. And I might get on here and we're gonna talk about being disciplined for the month of December so we can get ready for the new year. How that sound, ladies and gentlemen? Let me know, man, if that'll motivate y'all. And then we're gonna have Punch come on here and
that will motivate you too, because then if you go in live all the time, people can hold you accountable. Like, hey, like, yo, what you did today, Coach Ann, and somebody in the chat would be like, hey, yo, what you did? What you ate today, Coach? Did you exercise, Coach? So now you hold yourself accountable because now you facing everybody every day.
What you think? What you think, ladies and gentlemen? What y'all feel about Discipline Decembers, man? I'm thinking about it right now. Let me see what the chat got to say about that. Discipline Decembers, man. Look, we got good idea. You know what I mean? We got, yes, coach, let's do it. This is what I'm talking about, man. We're trying to build this community. So if you guys want this is what I need from y'all. I need y'all to press that like button, man. I need y'all to hit the bell notification so you're alerted when I go live. I need y'all to follow Punch Drunk Boxing. How do you spell Punch Drunk Boxing for the people?
Punsh instead of the CHSH.
Punsh Drunk Boxing. I need y'all to follow Punch Drunk Boxing, okay? I need y'all to support what we're doing. You know what I mean? Share this for somebody who may get some benefit from this, okay? And if you want to get on a coaching call with me because you guys want to take your boxing skills to the next level, maybe you want to get the courses now so when we do Discipline December, you guys can actually have a nice routine. Now is the time to do it. Go to CoachAnthonyBoxing.com, 90% off with a free coaching call and a course that hasn't been released yet. If I can't convince you at this moment in time, then forget it. You're just not interested in my stuff, and I accept that. You see what I'm saying? If you want to save a bunch of bread, now is the time. On the day after Black Friday, please don't send the email saying, hey, coach, still got that Black Friday deal? That's what
90% off, man. That's a bargain. I heard of 50% off.
Anywhere I can get that coaching call, you was like, listen, it's damn near. I don't know.
This is better. This is better than the outlet, man. This is better than the outlet.
Yo, bro. The only reason I'm doing this is because somebody trolled me and was like, man, you do 90%. And I was like, hell no at first. Then I thought about it. I said, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it. 90%, man. So guys,
matter of fact, let's hold coach accountable. How much, you know, you a coach, you got a scale right now. How much you weigh right now, coach? Let's go. Let's go, coach. We're gonna hold you accountable. Because
it's the end of the day, man. Now, can I do it in the morning?
Nah, do it now. Do it now. Give us the number so now we can hold you accountable, coach.
Let me get the scale. I'll be right back, coach.
Yeah, let's start right now. We ain't waiting for tomorrow. You see, you was going to slack, coach. He said, nah, what about tomorrow when I wake up? I'm going to be a little lighter. You feel me? Nah. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying?
See, I got the scale, y'all. I ain't
all right. Let's go, coach. Tell us how much you weigh, and then we all gonna hold each other accountable. Put it that way.
See the scale. I can't show y'all. I can't show you as I'm stepping on the scale, unfortunately. But I'm gonna do it anyway.
Let's go.
Yo, listen. I ate all day, man, but we ain't gonna trip. You know what? Because the more weight I lose, the better it looks.
Right? Is that right?
229.4.
Let's go, coach. Let's go, coach. Let's go. That 195 look good on you right now, coach. Yeah. 195.
229.4 at the end of the day. I told you I wake up around 225. Or
195 Christmas Day.
Damn, that's a lot of weight.
Yo, that's a month and a half. How much? That's 30. All right. Let New Year's. Second week of January. How about this? Gervonta Davis weigh-in. You gonna have to weigh in. His fight is January 7th.
Oh yeah, I'm down. I'm down to weigh myself. You know what? Cool.
Let's do that. January 7th, Gervonta Davis weigh-in is Coach Anthony's weigh-in.
Okay, y'all remember 229 as of right now.
229.
I've never been heavier than 230 pounds in my life. The last time I got in shape, I was actually around what I weigh right now. I'm gonna actually put, with no Discipline Decembers, I'm gonna put pictures of what the hell I look like and all that stuff so you guys can see the transformation. But I basically weigh what I weigh right now. And it took me a good 4 to 6 months to really see that scale dropped to where I wanted it to get. So it's just time to do it again.
So 195 or 200? Let's be
By
what you
January 7th,
January 7th.
let me think here. So what's today? Today is November 18th. In a month, if I could lose 10 pounds,
Let's do 200 because I know if you
let's
could do
do
200,
200 let's just do a flat 200.
flat
That's
200.
30 pounds you're expecting me to lose in about what? That's about 10 weeks, right?
There you go.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
That's fight. Fighters nowadays they go up 30 pounds.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Okay, so yeah, we there. We on it, man. I appreciate the challenge, ladies and
Let's
gentlemen.
go.
You guys might have got more lives out of me, thanks to this situation. 2 days off November might have turned into a whole nother thing. I don't know if I could go live every day in December, but we're gonna go live quite a bit, and maybe we'll go live every day. We'll see, but we definitely gonna do weight updates, workout updates. Everybody who is looking to get in shape, you're definitely gonna want to be part of this journey, and we're gonna have Punch Drunk get in here. I'm about 5'11", champ. I'm about 5'11". I'm 6 foot with some shoes, some boots on, with some Timberlands on. If I wear Timbs, I'm like
Because
6.
think about it, like if you could do 200 in January, and if you could be disciplined in the holidays. Now, can you imagine what you're gonna do when it's March and it gets warm and then it's about to get summer? Then that 195 does come easy. Then you just like 5 pounds
My,
away.
my man said I'm 5'8". Damn, bro, you trying to take inches away from me? Pause. Like what are we talking about?
And I think that's what it is. If you could be disciplined where it's holidays, you know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna have to be disciplined in Thanksgiving, family get together, Christmas. If you could do that, then then
Well, I was
everything.
actually having this conversation with my man the other day, right? It's kind of funny that all of us use the holidays as an excuse to gain weight, right? But
Mhm.
let's think about this. Let's say Halloween, and most grown people don't celebrate Halloween, but let's just throw Halloween in there. It's only 3 days.
Mhm.
Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. Why do we ruin 2 months for 3 days? If
Yeah.
you're disciplined every single day, let's take out Halloween. If you're disciplined every single day, you should be able to eat a nice Thanksgiving dinner. If you're disciplined every single day again after Thanksgiving, you should be able to have a nice Christmas dinner if you celebrate Christmas or whatever. So the fact that we ruin a whole quarter for 2 days is really retarded when you think about it. Like,
And if you're gonna go to a bar, if you're gonna drink vodka and club soda. Make it
what's this order?
easy.
So what's your new name, Mr. Moonshine? Is Mr. Vodka and Clubs? So like, what are we calling
It's
ourselves?
still moonshine, but we moderation out here.
Moderation, son. Mr.
The la-
Moderation. Yo,
Mr.
Mr.
Moderation.
Moderation.
And the last time I had a good moonshine, man, hey, yo, the Texas moonshine is good, bro.
Yeah.
But
My
yeah,
man said, damn, I'm 6'1", like 300 pounds. Y'all got me looking bad, low key. Listen, my man Punch Drunk was not far from that. I mean, you're about 6 foot, right?
yeah.
All right, so you're about 6 foot. You was 262. And look at my man now. My man looking like a GQ model out this joint. You know what I'm saying? So we good. So hey,
Right.
listen, and you did that in less than a year. So let's just say this time next year, champ, you could be looking exactly how you want to look. You know what's crazy? It feels like yesterday that I was doing no days off November for the first time.
It's true.
It don't feel like that long that we did this. We did this already last year. It's
Yeah.
like the time. So when we think about a year, we get a little discouraged and we're like, oh man, this is going to take a year. But then the year comes and you're like, had I just stuck to what I said a year ago, it'd be done already. I'd already been where I wanted to be. So, time is like an illusion. It seems like a long time and it's really not. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 6'1", 180 pounds. I wish I was that. You know what I'm saying? For me, it's harder to get to like that one to hold that. Because I remember when I was vegan years ago, it was hard for me to hold um 180 flat.
Yo, this is dope, man. I'm super excited. I'm super excited, man. We're gonna definitely keep this going, guys. Man, if you guys, like I said, go to the website, CoachAnthonyBoxing.com. 90% off the Master Boxing Bundle, a free coaching call. Now we're gonna add the discipline Decembers into it, man. We're gonna hold each other accountable, man. I'm gonna help you put together a nice boxing routine. That's one thing I know is how to put together the right boxing routines to help you specifically. I think I've been proving that over the years. So you mix that with some good nutrition, it's just a recipe for success. Now it's the time to do it while you can save a bunch of money. I want to help as many people as I can through the sport of boxing. I know this is my calling. My calling is to help people through boxing. You know, you have some people that help people through religion. You have people who help people through, like my man right now, Punch Drunk, through just pure inspiration of just showing what discipline could take you. And I believe that through the skills that boxing provides, that's what I'm here to do. So I would love to help you guys. I would love for you guys to join me on this journey to success. And I would love to help you through boxing. So guys, go to the website, CoachAnthonyBoxing.com, man, and jump on the deal. I want you guys to get 90% off, right? Like most people will be like, damn, man, I can't wait till this sale's over so I can just go right back to my full price and start making them full price. Now, I want you guys to steal my stuff. Actually, when you go to the website, Punch, it's called the Black Friday Steal. And I got to do with a bag stealing my courses because he's literally stealing it.
This is still, yeah.
It's a steal. So I want people to steal it. Take it, steal it. You know what I'm saying? But get value from it. Use it. Help yourself with it. You know what I mean? There's nothing like when the comments come in and the people say, yo, coach, you know, the way you said the heavy bag changed your life. I get people to say, man, your courses have changed my life, changed my perspective on how I look at the game. And that's what I love to hear. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, yeah, Punch. I think you've been the perfect person on this live today, man. I wish you'd have came from the beginning, man. You had me waiting for it.
I tell you, I was at home, man. I was trying to get home as fast as I can, brother.
Yeah, but
But
you definitely I think shed light on a lot of things. And guys, whether you decide to go vegan or not, vegan is an option. But I
yeah,
think
it's
the
an
main
option,
take
man.
I think the main takeaway from this is to make the healthiest options that you can for yourself. And if maybe the vegan thing is a little bit too strict, I'm not a vegan, at least not at this stage. You know who would love to be on this live right now, bro? Actually, is Eddie, because Eddie's a vegan as well.
Oh yeah.
So when next time I get Eddie on here, I'm gonna have y'all talk, man. I mean, y'all gonna be going back and forth for hours talking about different techniques and strategies to diet.
Avocado, black beans, baby. Avocado, black beans, man.
Yeah, yeah, look, man, look, you
I
got
eat avocado every day.
look, my man. The courses are worth it. I wish I could have got them at this price. Listen, Ty, you're good. You getting taken care of, Ty. I'm giving you way more than what I'm giving other people as far as the Coach Anthony 2.0 program goes, man. So you're hooked up, man. You're good to go, man. You're definitely good. But listen, um, right now it is a steal. I ain't going front 90% off. I ain't going front. It is a steal. But Ty, we good, man. Trust me, man. You're getting a lot of stuff. Listen, Punch, man. I don't know what to say, man. The people in the UK awake yet, man? I don't know, man. I mean, we're trying to keep this rolling. But tomorrow
Wait, now the people in the Philippines is waking up too right now. Now they up right now. Right now, the people in Australia is up. Hey, yo, boxing is 24/7, man. It's 24/7.
yeah, I mean, people are very surprised that I go on this late. But you know, it's early for some people. That's the thing. It's late for the United States, but early for other people.
Yes, sir.
My man
Yes,
Trey
sir.
Lopez says, "Slow down." EA Zone, we out here. Poodle Man. My man's name is Poodle Man.
Yeah, see, he's the UK zone, bro. So
Yeah,
right
man.
now is what is 7:34 out there, man. People going to work right now.
So let me ask you a question, man, before we get up out of here. And I know you're trying to keep me on here all day, man. I could keep talking, man. Honestly, I'm lit. You know what I'm saying? I'm lit, man. Look, it's 5:30 p.m. in Australia on a Friday. Damn, that's still saying it's the evening.
Let's get George Cambos over here, man. He from Australia.
Let me ask you a question. Is there any boxing this weekend that I don't know about?
Is any boxing this weekend? It should be any boxing, but I don't know. Maybe Not big events. I don't think so.
No, okay, cool. All right, well then there's no boxing this weekend, man. So we'll be doing some dope topics. We'll definitely be talking this
Just a
weekend.
lot of just a lot of gossip. Got a lot of gossip boxing talk. That's what it is. A lot of gossip boxing talk.
Yeah, my man got a question. Coach, what's the best way to condition your jab when it doesn't stiff enough? I'm not sure what you mean when you say stiff enough. I guess you're talking about the snap. But at the end of the day, everything comes down to repetition, 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 good form and technique. That's the way you're going to condition to do anything. You know, that's like if you're telling me right now, hey coach, or if we were talking to a bodybuilder, hey man, how do I bench press heavier? You know what I'm saying? Like first I got to get the form and technique down, then I got to put weight on there, then I got to rep it out, and then I got to keep that consistent. And over time, I'm gonna get stronger. It's the same thing with a jab. You know what I mean? You want to get the form and technique first. Once that's right, then what you're going to do is you're going to develop it by doing it often. And that's really the answer. There's no secrets to the success. The thing though is you got to try to maximize your form and technique. When I work with professional fighters, Punch, right? Like for instance, I'll give you an example. When I work with I'm not even gonna say no names because I worked with so many pros over the years, and I don't want these pros to say, "Hey, man, why you put me out there?" But I work with
Yeah,
some.
say their names. Say their names,
Well,
coach. They gotta let you know that you worldwide, coach.
yeah,
They
but
gotta let you
when I
know.
work with these guys, man, and they're making the errors with the simple things like the jab, and I literally have to correct it. And these guys have professional fights. These are professional fighters, and I'm still correcting their jabs. I'm correcting how they throw their right hands because, see, the goal is to maximize. The goal is to maximize the punch, right? There's only so many punches you're ever going to throw in boxing. You know what I'm saying? So what you want to do is maximize what you get from the punch. You know, so this is a lifelong journey. You're going to be working on this for the rest of your journey. You know what I'm saying? Professionals work on it to the day they retire. They're constantly trying to refine and improve their technique so they can get the most out of the punch. You know what I mean? So it's repetition, man. That's the secret. And if you want to know the right forms and techniques, man, I got all the courses for that. My man said boxing's 24/7. There should be. Yeah, man. I wish there was some boxing to watch right now. My man said, MB said, thank you, coach. This have been a good live and a good chat. Respect. Yeah, man. Come on, man. We got Punch in the building, man. Punch drunk boxing, man. Yo,
Mr. Moosha.
let them know how they can find you again for the people who just getting in here, Punch.
Punch Drunk Boxing YouTube channel, Mr. Moonshine 10 Twitter, and Punch Drunk _ boxing Instagram. The Smelling Salt podcast. I haven't dropped the episode, but the Smelling Salt podcast, you'll get it in Spotify, Google Play, and things of that nature, man.
So yeah, so you talk, man. You mainly talk about boxing matches and fights coming up and fighters and the guys.
Yeah, we interview fighters. The last fight I interviewed was Anthony Durrell. Anthony Durrell owed me $10,000. Anthony Durrell owed me $10,000.
Ask you a question because I see you called them out. You called them out on his chat. You let him know about himself. You said you had the, you found the video where he said he'll never lose to a white boy, right? That's what he said.
He said if anybody could find the video that I said that I'll never lose to a white boy, I will pay you $10,000.
Well, you found the video.
Man, I found that shit to be in less than 45 minutes.
You found the video.
Or like 4 years ago, on this little channel, he did an interview that had like 76 views.
Right.
And I found that I hit him up, and he was like, "Come on, man, that was like 10 years ago." Yeah, he wrote back to me. He said, "Yo, that was 10 years ago. LOL." I'm like, no. No, you said I need my $10,000. I ain't in 10s and 20s.
Right. So what? How did the interview go? Because I didn't see it, man. How did the interview go? Was there tension there? Because you called them out. Like, how did that go?
Nah, you know what it is, man, coach. Yo, I love fighters, man. I respect fighters. I do believe that they're modern day warriors, modern day gladiators. So it's always an honor for me to even talk to anybody that step inside that ring. So, I let them know, like, at first, because my delivery be like, yo, this guy's crazy and shit like that. But I let them know, like, nah, you know what I'm saying? I'm comedic, you know what I'm saying? I respect you and stuff like that, but you still got to give me $10,000. You know what I'm saying? But Um, he's like, man, you tripping and stuff like that. So I said, yo, you want to do an interview, man? We could chop it up. And he's like, yeah, and then
But
we just did it. And
what was his, what did he have to say? Like, considering he just got knocked out by a white guy, and he made those comments. He made those comments years ago. You know what's funny? Every fighter who says they'll never lose to a white guy loses to a white guy bad. Like,
right?
like you know what I mean? Bernard Hopkins said the same exact thing. He got punched out the ring. You know what I'm saying? Now
he got retired that way though
got
too.
punched out the ring. You had obviously we just seen what happened to Darrell with Caleb Plant. And there's been a few others I can't think of the top of my head right now. But what was his energy like? And of course, guys, you guys can go back and watch the interview on your channel, right?
Yeah.
It's on his channel, so make sure you guys subscribe. But what was his energy like, and how was he handling the loss? Because I mean, I'm sure he was a little embarrassed, right? Like fighters get after they lose. How was he acting?
Nah, to be honest, I think that to lose the way that he lost, I think he took his loss better than a lot of fighters that we seen in recent time take a loss. He had no excuses. He had he just lost, and he was, he said Caleb Plant is the better man. He always felt that Caleb Plant had the skills and talent. Um, yeah, he was a little bit surprised at the power, but not the skill set that he had. Um, Also that he was just talking trash to build the fight because of course Deontay Wilder and Helenius wasn't building the fight like that. So he needed to do what he had to do to build the fight. He had to become the villain he felt like, but he has nothing but respect for Caleb Plant. He's contemplating retirement. He said that probably was the last that's probably his last fight. He's 38 years old. He made good investments. His family, his wife, his kids want him to, it's happy for him to retire as well. And that's good for a fighter. You know what I'm saying? You work your way. This is your dream, and then you accomplish the dream. He does a lot of great things outside of the sport of boxing. He does a lot of foundation. He was in the golf doing foundation stuff, charity work and things of that nature. So, and he's leaving in his own terms, and that's what you want all the fighters. If you respect fighters, you want fighters to be compensated fairly, leave with their faculties in order. What more can you expect from him? He's 38 years old. So yeah, man, I almost respect. He's a gentleman, man. He's man cool. It was a great interview, and one of the best interviews I ever did. So yeah, man, it was lengthy. It was cool.
I'm gonna check it out after this, man. When we get off of here, I'm gonna go on your channel and watch that interview in full. And what I will say is, that's the beauty. That's the thing, man. And I love to see a fighter.
I think Caleb Plant still hold the grudge, even though he knocked him out.
Yeah. I'm sure he was a little bit aggravated that he said some of the things he might have said, and even not even the white thing, just in general, they were having a lot of words leading up to the fight. But what I will say is dope when a fighter knows how to take a loss. There was a fighter that I knew, they got knocked out in a fight, and he handled it freaking fantastic. Like, he just got knocked out cold. Actually, it was my friend. His name is Julius Jackson, Julian Jackson's son. Okay, and his son, they call him the chef, Julius Jackson, and he had just got knocked out in a fight. And when he woke up and they interviewed him, he was smiling, he was talking, he gave credit to the guy. It was like he won the fight. So I shot him a message after the fight and said, yo, I got the utmost respect for how you handled that loss. And he said, boxing doesn't define me. You know what I'm saying? I'm defined by the person I am. And that's something that stuck with me, that fighters need to remember. Like, you're not defined by your career. You're not defined by your weight. For the people who are overweight watching this chat, you're not defined by those things, your boxing skills. You're defined by the quality of a person you are. You're defined by if you do the right thing when nobody's looking. You're defined by these things. That's what defines you. Now, The other stuff is just icing on the cake. So the fact that a fighter could lose a fight and still know who he is as a man and not let the boxing identify him as a failure because he lost. Um, I mean, that's how you handle a loss in this game. And so I got respect for fighters who can understand the difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
A big shout out to Andre Derell because that's a knockout that a lot of guys would have went into a deep depression.
Yep.
Heck, a lot of guys will go into a deep depression getting knocked out like that, but it seems like he's handling it the right way.
Yeah, he's handling. He's on social media and stuff like that. So eh, the way he took his losses is highly commendable, highly respectful. You know what I'm saying? No need to donate the same way he took his loss versus Inoue, second round. You know what I'm saying? And right away he went live and he spoke about it. He just called me with a good shot. You know what I'm saying? His punch got there quicker than mine.
Well, think about how many guys they put to sleep, right? So
Right.
So it is what it is, right? It works both ways. You knock a lot of people out. One day you get knocked out, man. Live by the sword, die by the sword, and that's just how it is. Not everybody leaves like Floyd Mayweather without any blemishes to the record. But if Floyd keeps taking these exhibition matches, he might mess around and get
Yeah.
hit by a YouTuber. So he needs
This
to remember there's a law of average. That's why people say let your hands go. People be like, let your hands go because it's the law of average. The more punches you throw, the better opportunity you're going to land a good shot. There's just a better chance. It's just like anything. The more chances you take in life, better chance you're going to succeed. If you only take one chance and fail and quit, well, you took one chance. But if you take 1,000, 100, whatever, that's how many chances you have to succeed. That's why they say never give up and keep, let your hands go. So
the,
that's
the
what it is.
sad the sad part was I remember Nonito was like before the fight, I had like 100 calls, 100 text messages. When I lost, there was only 3 people that called me. I called them after the fight. You know what I'm saying? Just so you know what I'm saying, just to tell them, man, you're a legend, yo. You know what I'm saying? Is you really got to cement the legacy. You don't want to hear that from a person that you fight. I know he didn't want to hear the cemented legacy because he still want to accomplish certain things. But I'm like, yo, you a legend. You're a living legend, bro. There's really no losing at this point, But he was like, yo, thank you because you're the only you just one of person that hit me up when I lost. But before that, I had 100 people calling me and texting me and stuff like that. And I think that's the sad thing about what fighters have to go through. It is not a myth. It is a lonely sport, especially when you do take that L. I hope that we was a community that comes around the fighters and what I'm saying. Don't look at them like they just a piece of meat because that's the way the industry looks at them anyway. But we as fans don't gotta look at them like that. I think we got a responsibility as hardcore boxing fans to understand fighters and to hold them up even when they take a loss, you know.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. Especially if you love the sport, you know what I mean. You definitely want the fighters definitely need to understand that. But I think that comes into with your inner circle. Your inner circle has to keep you strong. Your inner circle has to,
Mhm.
let you know what it is. So you got to have a strong team when you go into this boxing game, and you have to have genuine people around you. You can't have yes men, and you can't have people who just want you for financial gain. You have to have people who really care and really want to see you. That's why the older you get, typically the less friends you have, typically the less people you keep in your circle because you learn through experience that you only want good people around you. So the sooner you can figure that out, the better. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
boxers are no different, man. Boxers are humans. I tell people that shit all the time. Well, I was talking about that before you came on here when somebody kind of made a comment about the fight's gonna get canceled with Ryan Garcia and Davis due to mental health. But I said, my point was if it does, then we need to be compassionate because you have to remember that when a fighter doesn't fight, they don't get paid.
Exactly.
It's not like another sport where they could sit on the bench like basketball and still get that check. If a boxer pulls out of $1 million, $2, $3 million fight, they're going through something.
Facts.
Their mind ain't right. So we need to make sure and be compassionate because who the hell is walking away from a $2, $3 million fight, $4 million fight, or purse, I should say, there's got to be something wrong. You know what I mean? It ain't about being a pussy. It's something's wrong here if you don't want that kind of purse. So,
and then you don't get paid until you and like you don't get paid until after the fight when the commission hands you that check. So even look at Conor Benn's situation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he tested positive for PEDs, but the whole card was scrapped. So just think about them other fighters that were supposed to fight that night. They ain't getting paid. What about the sacrifices of the trainers leaving their family as well? Um, um, Strength and conditioning coach, everybody that made the sacrifices to get to prepare for this event or prepare for this fight, and nobody get paid.
facts.
It's crazy,
Yeah,
man.
definitely, man. Yeah, guys. So on that note, this time I'm really out. Punch. Thank you so much, man, for keeping me on here, motivating the people through fitness and nutrition. You're definitely gonna be somebody who I bring on here more often. Make sure you guys subscribe to my man's channel. If you're watching this late, is all good. You know what I'm saying? You can still go ahead and do that if you're watching this live.
Catch the playback.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Thank you so much for watching this live and rocking out with us. You know, it's literally about to be 2 a.m., I think. Yeah, 2 a.m. here on the East Coast. So we up late. To my people in Australia, that's like 7 p.m. Yeah.
It's 8 o'clock in the morning right now, man. They having coffee, they in Starbucks, they in
Yeah.
whatever, man.
Yeah, so if you're in
We go another hour. We going another hour. It's a marathon.
listen, I still got the rest of the year to go on every single day, man. And we do discipline Decembers. I got no day off November. So we got plenty of time to talk about plenty of topics. But yo, my brother, thank you so much. And remind the people one more time how they can find you.
Punch Drunk Boxing YouTube channel, Punch Drunk Boxing, Punch Drunk _ Boxing, Instagram, Mr. Moonshine 10, Twitter, y'all already know, Punch Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine, el adobo, el sazón, el borracho, el pastor de boxeo.
I don't know how many Latinos watch my channel, but yeah, I know my man is a proud Latino, man. Yo, Punch, thank you so much for pulling up, my brother.
All right, bro. Thank you, man. Peace.
Yeah, man. That was Mr. Moonshine, Punch Drunk Boxing. That's my brother right there. He's been showing love to my channel and to my movement since day one. Has always been the same dude. So big shout out to him. If you guys want to be updated with all the fights and all that stuff, he's the guy to go to. Check it out. I want to thank everybody who came on this live. If you didn't press the like button, please press that like button. If you got value from this, share this from a friend. You know, share this with a friend. Somebody. You know, we talked about a lot of different stuff. We went from boxing to fitness to all types of stuff. So, you know, that's the goal, man. The goal is to try to provide as much value to you guys as I possibly can through the sport of boxing. Don't forget to go to the website, CoachAnthonyBoxing.com. I got a 90% off special. I'm giving a coaching call, the early bird special, the coaching call to everybody who purchases the Master Boxing Bundle. Also, you're going to get Drillers Make Killers, a course that if you go and try to buy it individually, you're not going to get it. It's only in the Master Boxing Bundle. I haven't released it to the rest of the public yet, only to the people who commit and grab the Master Boxing Bundle. And again, I want to say thank you to everybody who pulled up. I'm starting to see a lot of the same names, a lot of the same people pull in here. So you guys are much appreciated. Big shout out to everybody in the CA boxing community who pulled in here. I see you guys. You guys do not go unnoticed. Thank you guys so much. And until tomorrow, peace.